What's up, everybody? Welcome to another wonderful podcast of Behind the Layers. I am your host, Kara Christensen, and this podcast is where we uncover the facts, the myths, the truths, the good, the bad, and the ugly of the beauty, health, and wellness industry. And I am a professional in many areas of those industries as we talk about wellness and a nutritionist and fitness trainer, esthetician for skincare, massage therapist for massage therapy, and professional hair and makeup here. So I am just bringing all of my expertise, all my talents, and my experience in those fields right to your I don't know what you're watching this, your iPad, your computer, your home screen, your phone, whatever you're watching this on. So I am so excited to have you here and to have you join in. If you want to join in the conversation, please do go to the YouTube channel at Kara Chris TV. You have to put the at symbol, and I will be able to see your message right away and you can join in. But otherwise, I'll just be shuffling back and forth as we are talking and having this discussion. I'll try and catch all of your comments and welcome you all in. So I do hope to hear from you guys on this topic. This is going to be a fantastic topic. Today is Fun Fact Friday, and what we're going to dive in today is some amazing at-home treatments, at-home care, DIY stuff that you can do without breaking the bank that will help keep you looking like $1,000,000 and feeling like $1,000,000. I know the topics that we've already covered this week have been big topics, a lot of it to do with the weight loss shots and sorry, just had a crick in my neck. The weight loss shots and how to get off those weight loss shots. And if you're not on the weight loss shot, how to lose the weight as if you are on those shots. So if you missed the episode, I think it was episode 35, right? That's the one where I share how to make your own DIY at home Manjaro from other doctors that have talked about it on the panel. And I was excited to share that with you guys, like so excited. So, welcome, welcome. I am so excited to have you guys here. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Um, so we are going to dive into those topics today. Let me get off of that. And what in the world did I just do? What did I do? What did I do? Okay, so yes, we are going to dive into this. Hi. I know I'm trying to shuffle back and forth between everybody on here, but if everybody could watch this on YouTube, that would be the best. And for those of you who are joining in any other platforms, I am just grateful that you're here. Thank you so much. It's been a really strange week of weather. It went from being hot to being cold and then snowed for 2 days and then melted immediately. And now it's back up in the 40s, which doesn't sound very warm to you guys that are probably in more southern states than North Carolina and more tropical weather like over on the West Coast. But 40s is good. It's better than, 0 or 16. So I'm taking it. It's a win. I'm definitely seeing it as a win. But yeah, so I don't know how you guys have experienced the weather lately, but it has been a bit crazy. And this is exactly what happens. And this is why I always say, please take the appropriate measures to help nip those icky viruses that try and get into your body and take over. You could really help yourself by taking the necessary vitamins that you need through these cold winter months if you're not out in the sun more often, like vitamin D, keeping your vitamin D count, keeping your vitamin C if you're not eating and drinking enough. That will give you that vitamin C, keeping your vitamin D, your vitamin C, your zinc up to par, and you will fight those viruses off so quickly. If you do get it, it will be underway. Your army, as I tell my kids, the army you build up will be on it and under attack. So all that yucky stuff will be ready to roll up out your system, which is what you want because you do not want that stuff lingering around. And yeah, the way to do it is zinc, vitamin D3, and vitamin C. Taking those things is going to definitely get you there. What's up, Dark Beta? Thanks for joining. Hi. Hi, hi. We are just getting started. So we are going to be talking about today what you can do DIY at home to look like $1,000,000, some at-home treatments you can do. What are some of the self-care things that will keep you on top of your game without having to break the bank? And just some simple things which you may not even have thought of to be beautiful for your skin, beautiful for your hair. I know you guys, if you've heard it somewhere before, you know it sounds pretty strange to put mayonnaise in your hair. But it is. It's very good for your hair. It's very moisturizing, it's very nourishing, and it does smell, so you do have to give it like a double wash afterwards. But olive oil is great for the tips of your hair, just like rubbing it through your hair. Coconut oil is great for your hair. People just think, and your skin, both of those are great for your skin. There's a lot of things that you can do that are at home, stuff that you might already have at home, like baking soda. I know if you guys have seen my past podcast about the secret ingredient that you wouldn't believe that's so inexpensive, that is so good for so many things, it's baking soda. And I might just cover that again here because it was so good. I don't know if you remember how incredible we were like, what? Baking soda? I mean, literally from like everything, your teeth to your skin to sloughing off all the dead skin from your wherever. If you're just been out in the sun for too long and you got flaky skin, you got dry skin because of the weather, you just haven't really appropriately scrubbed all the dead skin off of your face to be able to regenerate new beautiful skin. Or if you have people have stinky feet, this is a good foot soak. If you've got rough patches on your feet, like calloused up feet, this is a great way to get it off. I'm telling you, the benefits of that have been of the baking soda have been astronomical. So I'm going to actually put that in this right here because we covered that before, but it's been a minute. And it's so freaking amazing to understand what in the world is this like incredible, incredible benefits from this small thing that people normally keep in their refrigerators to keep food fresh and keep everything like keep an odor out. But now I think they make all refrigerators because we just had to get another refrigerator because our other ones broke down. Sorry, I'm getting a tickle in my nose. But it had an air filter in it. I'm like, oh, this is probably taking place of the baking soda because that's what people do. They put the baking soda, open the box, and put it in the refrigerator, and it takes care of like an odor reader. So it's now they have refrigerators with air filters. So who knew? Just another thing you have to replace, but that's okay. It keeps your food, keep your fridge from smelling, I guess. I don't know. But we have some pretty fun facts for this Fun Fact Friday. So welcome. Guess what? We made it to another Friday. We made it. It's the weekend. Yes. And the trash gets picked up. I'm so excited about that. Fresh cans outside. When you have the house that all the kids come to play, hang out, and all of that stuff, you can accumulate a lot of trash very quickly. So when Friday comes and I get fresh open cans for more trash to go in, I'm very excited because yes, it's better out than in the house is how I say. That's kind of another little throwback to the movie Shrek when he's talking about his flatulence. So another fun fact, right? It's Fun Fact Friday, just throwing out all the TMIs over there. So anyway, let's go into one of the first ones that I want to talk about. And I guess we could start. What's up, Samantha? Well, thank you for joining me over on TikTok. I see you there. So here on Behind the Layers, what we do in this podcast is uncovering the facts, the myths, the good, the bad, and the ugly of the health, wellness, beauty industry And me being a professional health coach, I do health, wellness, nutrition, fitness, and also as an esthetician with my skincare license and going into massage therapy and professional hair and makeup. I just try to share all my everything that I know, all my interests right here with you guys because my scale to reach here locally is only so many people that I can reach in a day before putting on my other hat, which is taking care of all of my kids, and then putting on my next hat, which is jumping on here with you guys, and then the list goes on. So, I'm on that hashtag mom side hustle right here. And I appreciate you guys being here so much. I'm so grateful for this platform. I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I'm just so grateful in general. And speaking of being so grateful, you guys, the book, The Magic, talk about learning how to express gratitude in a whole nother level. That book is so amazing. If you are ready to level up your game in 2025, I mention it here all the time, but I'm going to keep mentioning it because I feel like it's my duty to do so. If you're ready to level up in 2025 and really make all of your dreams come true, it's a thing. I didn't know it was a thing. I've been giving it a go, and I cannot tell you how amazing it's been already. It's supposed to be a 28-day process. Today we are in day 20. What's the day? 21? Yes, 21. So it's a 28-day thing. It's supposed to be 28 days to manifest literally anything that you would like, that you see in your life, that you wish were in your life, the life that you wish you could have. This is the way to do it. The book is very short. I'm usually an audiobook person, but I've been reading this every night with my husband. You're supposed to read it and then do the act the next day. It's pretty much like a devotional book. You're doing a task each day to kind of get yourself to where you need to be mentally. So it's been very interesting to learn about it. I think you guys would love it. It's called The Magic, and it's written by the person who wrote The Secret. So if you just put The Magic Book, or you could go to my profile on YouTube at Kara Chris TV, and I have all the links to everything there. The book is like 14 or 15 bucks. Don't quote me on that. It keeps changing. But if you have Kindle and you want to download it, I think it's $1 or something like that. But it's a really great book. And I have already referred it to so many people, as it was referred to me as from a family member. And so here we go. We are just trying to make a big movement of making big changes and let 2025 being your year. And what kind of channel that is producing living your best life from the inside out. What kind of channel would I be if I didn't let you guys know about that book? I don't make any profits off that book. I'm just literally here to help you guys living your best life from the inside out, because that's what we should be doing as humans, right? We should be helping each other out, being there for one another, lifting each other up. And this book is the perfect place to start. And if you know anybody that's in a rut or just had a bad go at it for a while, this is the book you want to either gift them, or when you're done with the book, gift them your book. But it's really beautiful. And I think if we all had a little bit of this in our lives, the world would be a much better place. Let's just get honest here. So, that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the first. What's up, Aline? What's up, Stacy and Frisky? What's up? Thank you guys for joining me over there on TikTok. This is new for me on TikTok, so I really do appreciate you guys popping in just to see what it's all about. Even if you're not clicking on me, I really still appreciate any seconds that you're giving me to hear what this is all about. And it's definitely, what's up, Lexi? The TikTok thing is definitely a new venture for me, but I'm looping it in and I'm embracing it with full love and open arms. So I hope you guys do the same for me. And I really do appreciate you guys with the likes and the follows and the donations I've already received from being up on TikTok. I really am so grateful. Hashtag mom side hustle has been like on the trend, and I'm very excited that people find that humorous. But this is mom's side hustle right here. And so I do appreciate you being here. I keep trying to like shuffle back and forth. I can see if you are commenting on if you are watching this on YouTube, I can see your comments right away. Otherwise, I'm just shuffling back and forth so I can see you. But Yes, Stacey, this podcast is about uncovering the facts, the myths, the truths, the good, the bad, and the ugly in the fitness, wellness, health, beauty industries. I'm here to share all of my expertise and knowledge with you as a health and wellness coach, a fitness coach, skincare esthetician, and a professional makeup artist. I go through so many different things. So just here sharing that knowledge. My goal really is all about helping you live your best life from the inside out without spending a penny. Unless, of course, these things that you find that you want to dive into, I try and save everybody a buck. I try and save everybody the headache of having to buy something that they can't afford. So I'm all about being, thrifty in the way of you can still look and feel like $1,000,000. Even my Goodwill box, my I call it my unveilings, but it's not a box that I bought anywhere. It's literally a bag that I bring to Goodwill and do a big haul. And I can show you, I found so many beautiful things. We got to stop buying all these clothes and then they end up in another country and they're like washing up on their beaches and it's just insane. I've gotten so many $5 dresses at the Goodwill that are Calvin Klein or just like big designer brands that are beautiful dresses that are $5, like literally. And I look like I just went and spent what the price of that dress was, like $1,500. So it's out there. It's all about how you present yourself, not how much you spent on presenting yourself, right? It's all about putting your best foot forward, and that doesn't mean you have to break the bank to do it. So I'm here to say you can do it too for the fraction of the cost. You can look like $1,000,000. We can look like a red carpet superstar with just some little things at your house that you might already have. Speaking of, baking soda. Okay, let me just share that screen actually. I'm gonna start off with the baking soda train because a lot of people don't know about baking soda and how beneficial it is for so many things. You guys are gonna be, it's gonna blow your mind. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna blow your mind. Let me see where it is. Okay, right here, baking soda. All right, y'all. You ready for this? It's crazy. Okay. Baking soda. For those of y'all that don't know what baking soda is, a lot of people, I mean, since my grandmother, and I'm sure she learned from her grandmother, take baking soda and you pop the little tab open and you put it in your refrigerator and it keeps your refrigerator smelling nice and keeps the odors out. And I don't know, you just always have it in your fridge. So then I'm talking to another friend who is a doctor and she's a nurse practitioner. She was talking with, her nurse practitioner who was talking about baking soda. And I was like, what is the deal with the baking soda? Why is this such a big deal? What are you guys on about? So they were just chatting it up, right? And I was like, okay, you have to tell me because I literally, this is what I do to my channels as I talk about things that people can benefit from without breaking the bank. So that's, lo and behold, the baking soda. Okay, let's just roll into baking soda. What's up? Thanks for joining. Hey, Lexi, welcome back. So, okay, going back to it. But baking soda is like $3 for the box. Most people are just using the baking soda for their refrigerators. But here's what you can use your baking soda for. Hey, Bo, welcome. In the sense of your at-home DIY remedies. Let me shrink my big old head over here and my bun. It's not helping. So I can read some of these things to you guys and we can dive into that. Okay, let's see. Where was I? Baking soda. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to click on indigestion. Okay. Anybody know what indigestion is? Indigestion is, when you're getting like an upset stomach because of something you ate. Maybe people that are lactose intolerant. Some people don't even know they're lactose intolerant and they get a little indigestion in their stomach at times. So let me see, make sure you can see this. Baking soda, you guys, it's crazy. Just wait until we get into this. Okay. Those of you that have already seen this, we've talked about this on the show before, so bear with me. I'm giving this a refresher, okay? It's because it's so amazing. We're going to refresh it. Sorry, I slept a little. My daughter wanted me to come in and sleep in her room, and I I got a bad sleep. So sorry if I keep grabbing at my neck. But indigestion, also known as dyspepsia or upset stomach, is a condition of impaired digestion. Symptoms may include upper abdominal fullness, heartburn, nausea, belching, or upper abdominal pain. Some may experience it feeling fuller earlier than expected when eating. Okay, so I had a little bit indigestion the other day, and instead they make like Tums and Pepto and stuff like that for indigestion. But I wanted something more natural that your body is going to, it's not going to have any additives in it that is going to be harmful to your body. I'm all about that natural life. And I know that there are many options out there that are more natural. So I recalled this, which is the baking soda, putting a little eighth of a teaspoon, tiny, such a tiny amount in the water, mixing it up and just drinking it down. So I put up maybe like 6 ounces of water, not a whole lot of water, and just drank it down. And almost immediately, I would say within 5 minutes, my indigestion was gone. And why did I have indigestion? Because my son bought some. I don't keep this in the house. So he bought some tasty cakes. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's like a Debbie treat in a box, and he was insistent that I try it, and I did, and I ended up having this indigestion because I'm not used to having all those chemicals and the nasty stuff I tell him to keep out of his mouth. But he's a teenager, and who listens when you're a teenager, right? The world is your oyster, and you don't think about anything that has to do with the future or how it's going to affect you or harm you in whatever way. So he goes and gets these things. What can you do? So, heartburn and indigestion relief. Baking soda for heartburn is really a thing. So much so that conventional manufacturers of conventional heartburn medications do subscribe to this. They do put it in there. They do put a little bit of baking soda in their actual products. That's how good it is for you. Let's see, what is this? Deodorant. Oh, this is a new thing. This is like moving on. But indigestion. So that's one of the baking soda things, right? Okay, let's go into the next one, which is deodorant. Okay. So first of all, people that are prone to getting like swollen lymph nodes, because you got lymph nodes all throughout your body, right? That's what we have in our body to help kind of filter out all the yuck that's in our body. It's a filtration system. And sometimes, if you are known to get swollen lymph nodes, like around here, around the pectoral area, the chest area for ladies, right near the bra line. I know my sister used to get those, and she would stop wearing bras that were too tight or that had the underwire. Some people stop wearing underwires because of that. You're restricting the lymph nodes. But also, you can get swollen lymph nodes from deodorant being clogging your pores, like clogging your pores in your armpits. So, a great way to tackle the odor and to clean out the pores in your armpits so you can let your sweat go freely and not back up your cleaning system, which is in your lymph nodes. You use some baking soda. You mix a little baking soda in the water, and you make like a little scrub. So you put like a tablespoon of baking soda in your hand, and you put some droplets of water. I do this when I'm in the shower. I just put a little bit of water in my hand with the tablespoon of baking soda, and I make like a scrub. I use it on my armpits, my skin. It sloughs off all that dead skin. I use it on my neck. I can rub it on my face. Of course, I do the face first, and I'm not rubbing armpit scrubbings all across my face, but I work my way down with the baking soda, and it is so good for you because there's no chemicals in it that are harming your body. A lot of people are using these chemicals that are like, I don't know, let's just say Sephora or Victoria's Secret or Bath and Body Works. And yes, they smell delicious, right? But there's so many chemicals in it, we don't even know that they're being absorbed into our body. And where do they absorb from our body to our body? From our armpits and the inside of our thighs. Those are like direct, like little, I guess, gateways into our bloodstream, your armpits and then the inside of your thighs. Like some people or some doctors give creams out or medications out for children because they can't swallow them up, or for patients that are not good with swallowing pills. they'll give them the cream to rub in the thigh. So because that's where it's absorbed right into your bloodstream. So think about if we are doing that, let me just open it. Whoops, sorry. If we are getting all of that into our bloodstream, right, from creams, then for medication creams, what do you think's happening when we're putting all those lotions? They smell good, whatever, the lotions and the washes, the body washes into our bloodstream with all the chemicals. There's metals in there. There's so many bad things in there that are cancer causing that we don't even you wouldn't even know about. And it really is like, whoa, when you start to dive in and learn all about those things. Like I always am re-upping on my education, and I'm constantly learning more and more about, what causes cancers in the body, since my little girl had cancer and she was just 4. So the kidney cancer was like literally taking up half of her body inside. So it was like 100% something I felt like, this is my world. This is what I do anyway. Let me dive in. Let me get licensed and like learn everything that I can. So these are some of the things that we don't know about. So how do you moisturize your skin safely? How do you use like things that make you smell good? There are a lot of essential oil and companies that will make products with natural essential oils. Some people can't do essential oils or smells at all. In that case, you're fine because now you just need to moisturize. But to keep your armpits smelling nice, there's a couple things you could do. You can put in with what is it called? Witch hazel in a little spray bottle with about a teaspoon of, let's say it's a 3-ounce spray bottle, right? You want to take a 3-ounce spray bottle, you want to fill it almost all the way with witch hazel, just a little bit room at the top, because you're going to put a teaspoon of baking soda in there, and you're going to shake that up, and that's a spray that you'll use under your arms. If you wanted to use like a lavender in there or some type of scent like that, just make sure before you do it, you look it up and make sure whatever the smell or scent that you want to use, that you're good to use. Because some people get nauseous. If you're pregnant, you can't smell there's certain essential oils that you should not use. So make sure you do your research on it and look it up, whichever smell you want to smell. Like, I love peppermint, but I can only take it in small doses because it will make me have a headache and feel very nauseous. But to keep the odor down, you won't even need that. You won't even need the scent. You just want the odor protector, right? So you put the witch hazel, which is pH balancing already, and then you put the baking soda in there, and that takes away the smell. You can spray it throughout the day as needed. Pretty amazing, right? Baking soda. Okay, so going to the next thing. So deodorant, I already went there. Oops, let's go back here. Let me minimize that. So indigestion, we already covered that. Deodorant. Okay, remember, baking soda, you guys. Even in the most expensive area, I mean, baking soda can range from like $1 for the whole box to, I don't know, let's just say $10, and that'll last you for like 5 months. Because you barely need any, and it's a pretty sizable box that it comes. You can get a huge box for probably $10 that will last you the entire year. And look at all the things. We're not even close to getting done with this list. So you have the indigestion, and that indigestion thing can work also for kids. Like, it's safe for children. So I've done that with my little girl who had too many sweets at a birthday party, and she was feeling really like upset stomach. And I did this little half a teaspoon or an eighth of a teaspoon, so little, like a tiny dash, in with some water, and I put a dash of her apple juice just to like kill any kind of, because it does have like a little salty-ish kind of flavor. She drank it down and felt great afterwards. She was all done because it helps with boosting your microbiome in your gut. Helps with your gut. Helps, like, it's almost like a soothing blanket when you get on fire in there, right? And it starts to feel all grumbly and bubbly, and you're gassy, and some maybe even have acid reflux. That's it. That's your jam right there. So, cancer prevention. How is this cancer prevention? You might ask. Let's just see. So, studies have shown that dietary measures to boost the bicarbonate levels can increase the pH of acidic tumors without upsetting the pH of the. We have to click on this. Cancerous tumors grow in acidic environments in solid tumor areas, leading to factors contributing to tumor development. So this is all seems to be about keeping the acidic level, and that's what also boils down to the acidic level for having indigestion and having acid reflux. It's important to note that cancer cells thrive in an acidic environment. In such a case, baking soda does not prevent cancer development. Does not prevent, but according to, I don't know what that site is. So I like to go with I don't know what any of these sites are. Let me go to Healthline. That's the one that I wanna try, and I don't like to get any information from any other place other than the ones that I know is actual factual, because there's a lot of information out there, right, you guys, that you can be reading on, but if it's just like some mojo that's putting something up and you don't know if it's legit or not, you have to get the sources from 'em. Get your information from sources that are tried and true and trusted. So, sorry that I was reading on a path that I didn't know. 20 where did it go? Where did it go? Okay, here we go. Where's the one? This is not where's the one about cancer? We were just talking about it. Peptides, overplay. I'm gonna get to these. I promise, I promise, I promise. Canker sores. Thought that word was gonna okay, here we go. Certain cancer treatments. Cancer is the second leading cause of death in the United States, often threatened with chemotherapy, which is a chemical cocktail that slows or stops the growth of cancer cells, which usually grow and divide at a rapid rate. Some research showed that baking soda may help chemotherapy medicines work more effectively by making the environment for tumors less acidic. So it seems like it's the acid in the stomach that is the issue. However, because of current evidence of limited animals, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So it seems like it's the acid in the stomach that is really the part that it's assisting. I do like Healthline. I feel like they actually go and look through studies. I try to deep dive on everything so I don't not putting out information that I don't feel has been researched and checked and double checked and triple checked, because it's important. It's your health. You want to make sure you got the right information, and that's what this is all about here on Behind the Layers, where we are uncovering the good, the bad, and the ugly, and what works and what doesn't work, because that's what we want to know, right? There's so much information out there, and I'm never going to put any information with my name on it, especially to my clients. They already know that. My clients, my patients that come to me to get fixed and to get help, I would never ever give them information that I didn't already deep dive on. So this baking soda is so exhilarating, you guys, when it comes down to learning about what its benefits are and how it can help you. Okay, let's go into the teeth whitener. Okay, everybody that has done any type of, let's go. I skipped number one. Whoops, I'll go back. Anybody that's done any kind of whitening, strip whitening system, and you look on the box, or even like toothpaste or anything like that, and you've seen it says with baking soda. This is the baking soda I'm talking about. So if you have a toothpaste at your house, this is what I do, right? I take my toothpaste, I squeeze it out into a little, like those little containers that come with like cough medicine and stuff like that, those little tiny cups. I squeeze my toothpaste in there. I take a toothpick. I put my my eighth of a teaspoon, tiny bit, in my toothpaste. I swirl around my toothpick, and then I use my toothbrush and scoop it out and brush my teeth. Straight up, just like that. So now I have the extra dose of baking soda, and I cannot tell you, I drink coffee every day, and it will literally, sometimes I'll just take the baking soda and I'll put a little bit of water on it and just like rub it around on my teeth. And it like in front of your eyes, you can see the color of your teeth changing. It's wild. It takes all the stains off tea and coffee, anything that you like, gives you stains on your teeth. Red wine, I don't drink anymore, but that's the thing. Like, it really does work. So that is teeth whitener. Let me go to right here, the mouthwash. This is also something so impressive. I'm literally all like, when the nurse practitioner, she's an Indian lady, and she was like, "How do you not know? How do you not know about baking soda?" Like, isn't that an American thing? Like, you put the baking soda in the refrigerator. I'm like, yeah, but I put the baking soda in the refrigerator. I don't know, like, to put it here and there and all, and everywhere. So here we go. Mouthwash, right? Mouthwash is a great addition to your oral hygiene as it reaches the corners of your mouth and crevices of your teeth, gums, and tongue that you might miss during brushing. Which I'm a huge advocate of mouthwash and rinsing it through and getting those, untouched areas. Many people use baking soda as a replacement for mouthwash, which I do now. Some studies show that it may help freshen your breath and even exert antibacterial and antimicrobial properties. While one study found that baking soda mouthwash didn't significantly lower oral bacteria levels, it increased the pH levels of saliva, which is important for inhibiting bacterial growth. To make your own baking soda mouthwash, you add a half a teaspoon, which is 2 grams of baking soda, to a glass of water, lukewarm water, and then swish as usual. That's literally what I do. I just put it in the water and then I swish it around, and that's it. And I can't tell you, I don't know a difference of like that and the other than like the minty part of it, but my oral hygiene has always been pretty good, but sometimes I would get like, a sore in the mouth or a tongue, like, acting up, probably because I eat a lot of hot and spicy foods. So, this is something I didn't know that can help ease that quicker. If you had something going on in your mouth and you wanted to just double down, and it's something that's inexpensive and already most of us already have that located, why not try it, right? What's up? What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining. I see you guys over there. What's up, Robert? Welcome back on TikTok. I have to keep switching over, so I'm sorry. I'm not trying to ignore you. What's up, Cheryl? Welcome back. Welcome back to you guys. If you haven't joined before, welcome. This is Behind the Layers podcast, and we uncover the myths, the facts, the truth, the good, the bad, and the ugly in the health, wellness, fitness, and beauty industry. So, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I'm trying to get used to this over here on TikTok. We are going through the great benefits right now at home that you could use. The most of you have in your fridge and you don't even know how to use it is baking soda. So I'm deep diving on this baking soda. So mouthwash, teeth whitener, we've already gone over. Deodorant, you guys know it is like beautiful thing right there, and it's non-toxic. It's not going to give you any type of cancer causing ingredients that are getting into our skin through these deodorants right from our armpits. Crazy. Or causing those lymph nodes to swell because you're clogging up your armpits and you need a way to clean it all out. That's the way to go for you. Okay, the fridge odor neutralizer, that's what, it starts with right there. Air freshener. So if it freshens the air in your refrigerator, of course, it's going to freshen the air anywhere else you put it. So if there's a space like maybe your teenager's room because they've got stinky feet, then maybe that's a spot you want to be like, hey, we need to open a couple boxes in here so it smells a lot better. But also to aid in the stinky foot syndrome of the teenager life, or you got a child or a person, or maybe yourself that is an athlete and you are just running hard on those feet. This keeps you from getting athlete's feet, and if you already have athlete's feet, you're trying to get better, or you want to heal your crusty feet, your crusty toes, honey, your crusty toes. Put some hot water in a basin, any kind of whatever, or you can do it in the tub, whatever you got to put the hot water in. I use a Tupperware, a big one of those big rectangular Tupperwares, and I can fill it up halfway, and I put my baking soda in there, and it is a detox for your whole body because it absorbs in through your feet. So it detoxes the smell. So it detoxes all of the, like, whatever you have. If you have athlete's foot or whatever like that, like teenagers can get, it detoxes that, detoxes their odor, detoxes the inside. It literally goes inside of your body and starts a whole detoxing process. So drink a lot of water so you get all those toxins out once that baking soda foot soak does its job. And I'd say I usually do it like for 15 minutes, which is very relaxing anyway. But then after that, I'll like, scrub my feet and you're all good. You're good to go. So it's really good for that. Also, whitening agent for laundry, you guys. For your laundry, baking soda, right? Come on, this is crazy. So baking soda is an inexpensive way to whiten and clean your laundry. That's because it's an alkaline, which we are already talking about. It does its job that it's supposed to do. Like, it does that one job of like pH balancing and resetting things pretty much in everywhere you put it. It's for like whether you're using it on your skin, you're using it in your laundry, you're using it in your refrigerator, it's in your mouth. It's what it does. It does its job everywhere, and it can be applied everywhere. So that being said, it's an alkali, a soluble salt that can help remove dirt stains, which is so good. I promise you. I've even used it on my carpet for my dog, who is older now. Poor sweet guy, and he's having accidents. But according to older research, an alkali like baking soda works by interacting with acids and stains when dissolved in water. Try it out. Put a half a cup of baking soda in your regular amount of laundry detergent. So half a cup of this in with the laundry detergent, right? How I do it is I put a half a cup of that just straight into the drum. So where the clothes are. And then I let the water swoosh it all around. But half a cup of baking soda and your regular amount of laundry detergent, it helps soften the water because what's it going to do? Right? What's it do in your body? Balances the pH. Balance it. So what's it do in the water? It's going to also balance the pH. So now you got softer water rather than the hard tap water that's coming out from your piping system to give you the water into your washer. So you may need less detergent than usual. So now, not only is this helping your clothes get whiter, it's helping your water be less hard. It's also, when I'm telling you, use this in the shower like I do, you are going to be so shocked at how soft your skin feels. It's really wild. I'm telling you right now, it's crazy. So now you're saving a little money because that wash, you could use less detergent and you can get more washes out of your laundry just from the freaking baking soda. I can't scream this enough from the top of the rooftops. Trying to get you guys to save money and still live the best life that you can. This is the channel. I'm telling you, I'm always going to bring that to you. So let's move on. Kitchen cleaner. Okay. I know when I go buy cleaners, it, oh, well, when I used to, I don't do it anymore. Now I make my own DIY stuff and feel so much better about it. But I'm like, oh my gosh, this went up to 8, 10, $12 for a free and cleaner for a same size bottle. It's wild. So when I learned about this baking soda, through I told you the nurse practitioner who had been doing it for a long time, opened my eyes. I started doing a deep dive on this and I couldn't believe it. So, anyway, the versatility of baking soda makes it a great kitchen cleaner when mixed with an acid like lemon juice. And this is how I do mine: lemon juice or vinegar. I don't use the vinegar because the smell is so bad. It may also help control the growth of harmful microorganisms, including mold or bacteria, which is so true. It really does. There was a little spot in my teenager's shower that started to have like the little, soapy stuff like crumb. I sprayed some of this on there. It was like doing a bubbly job and it rinsed off without me having to even scrub it really. It was impressive. I was just like, whoa. I wanted to like call everybody and tell them about this magical miracle of an ingredient, which is baking soda, you guys. So, to use baking soda in your kitchen, make a paste by mixing baking soda with an equal amount of lemon juice and a bit of water. Apply the paste to the desired surface with a sponge or a cloth. This is if you're trying to get like, you know, oh my gosh, talk about my pots and my pans with the baking soda with the lemon. Oh my goodness. I was like, what? I bought like a $22 scrub for getting all like the hard stuff off of your pots and your pans. And I was so upset. Like this was freaking essentially like pennies to make, and it was coming off so quickly. I couldn't believe it. Like even the stuff that goes like the specialty things that are for your shower and bathroom stuff. So apply to the paste. Here are a few kitchen appliance items. Surface this as you would clean with baking soda. Ovens will clean it like a champ, like a professional cleaning crew came on in and whipped your stove and your appliances in shape. It's incredible. Okay, let me continue. Um, Stained coffee cups, the stains that have been in there that you can't scrub out, the baking soda gets it out. Stained marble, you guys, if you've ever had any kind of marble, it is so porous and it is so easy to stain. I in my old place had marble countertops over on one part of my kitchen area, which was I will never do that again. But a red wine spill or a coffee spill, and you're just doomed. So there you go. Look, it can do that. Grease stains, kitchen tiles, clogged drains. Do you know how expensive Drano is? I have a house full of kids all the time. Who knows what ends up down? Toys, hair, just all kinds of stuff. What sand from the sand pit out back somehow ends up in the house, and Play-Doh, everything you name it, it's been like probably brought to the bathtub or showers or rinsed off in the sink downstairs, and it's ended up in the pipes. Drano is a must, but it is so expensive to get that stuff. Then I learned you can do it with the baking soda. So I'm like, you know what? Let me give it a go because I just can't see myself buying that every single time I'm going to need it. I'm talking about Drano. Um, Clogged drains. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? I did the hot water and I put half a cup down the drains and I just ran the hot water the same way I would do with the Drano. And it worked. Seriously, how much money I could have saved. I wish somebody would have told me this sooner, right? So tarnished silver. So I have these little they're like I don't know what they are, pot holders or something. They're little kind of, they got claws on them and they hold up a pot. They're just fancy little things that have passed down from my grandmother. She would use them at like Thanksgiving and the holidays and prop up the dishes that she would bake in, and it was just a nice, it's little silver pieces, but they're tarnished. So I've used very expensive silver cleaners and it didn't get the job done. When I knew about this with the baking soda, I gave it a go. I was like, no freaking way. There's no way. I spent like close to $50 on this like silver cleaner because I wanted to make them nice and start using them again. And it did an okay job, but it didn't clean it all the way. And I followed all the instructions and did it just how it is. And then I used the freaking baking soda. I was like, this is insane. Like, what in the heck? You wouldn't think, right? That something that you can use to clean silver and shine silver or polish up the inside of your crusty old oven is safe for you to put in your mouth also and, digest in your body. But it is. I mean, I've got a network of doctor friends, and some of them haven't even heard of using baking soda, but that's not their expertise. But then they'll circle back around and be like, that was really weighing on my mind. So I checked around and it's a thing. Like baking soda is not harmful for you. It's like, okay, it sounds wild, right? Sounds like how can you clean your tarnished silver, and then you can also digest that, and it's good for your teeth too, and it's also good for your digestion. Like it does, like it's not computing. That's like, oh, okay, so you can drink bleach. No, you can't drink bleach. But it's wild, right? It's wild how that's a thing. I just can't understand. I can't wrap my brain around it, but then again, I'm not a chemist, so I don't know like the ins and outs of it. All I know is what doctors are saying and what people have known for tried and true. Apparently, this has been used for hundreds and hundreds of years for people doing just this. Like, I'm like, did my grandma use this way? And I was never talked to about this. All I saw was in the refrigerator. Like, is this how she would clean things back in the day? I was like, this is crazy. So can use tarnished silver, microwaves. You know how your microwave, like, of course, I can tell my kids until I'm black and blue, please cover your dish. They'll be exploding marinara sauce and Lord knows what in there, and it just wreaks havoc. And I have to go in there and clean it out. And I don't like cleaning it with chemicals because if you don't wipe all the chemicals out, then you've got all those chemicals sitting in there and getting rebaked into you have to really make sure you wash all those out. Well, now I don't have to worry because now I just use the freaking baking soda mix that I have, which is like literally water and baking soda. I shake it up and I spray it in and it cleans it out like a champ. That's it. Before, if I was cleaning the microwave, I would be so freaking worried and have to do like an extra triple time cleaning just to make sure I got all the chemicals out of there so my kids weren't baking or baking all the chemicals into what was already toxic using the microwave. So, back to okay, countertops, all of that's like, come on. That's just for the cleaning, right? It goes from your clothes to the countertops to cleaning your jewelry to clean. I mean, honestly, like I take my jewelry off and I soak it into like a little dish with hot water and baking soda. And it is the absolute best cleaner. I take my rings off, I take any of my jewelry and I put it in there and I cleans it. So it sparkles. It's like the most beautiful sparkle when I get it out and kind of like give it a little wipe down. Psh, kidding me? I'm like, man, someone could really capitalize on making some great products that are all organic because, hey, it is. There's no other chemicals in it unless you wanted to add like a little scent, like, like what I was saying with the lemon. But you could really bank because it is so inexpensive for a whole box of this. All you'd need to put your money into is the packaging, and boom, you got a whole line of of all organic things for your hair, your teeth, your cleaning. I mean, so much, right? So, okay, let's move on to the next thing for baking soda, make changing your life 1 teaspoon at a time. The baking soda changes your life 1 teaspoon at a time. Garbage odor eliminator. Full trash bags, Lord Jesus, I know I have those, have a putrid odor because they contain decaying waste. If it's particularly foul, the smell can spread to your kitchen and other areas of your home. Fortunately, I put that on my teen's list and he takes care of that, so I don't have that. But if you do have this in your home, baking soda can help eliminate garbage smells by neutralizing acidic odor molecules. In fact, research notes that spreading baking soda at the bottom of the waste bin, which I haven't done, but I might try that. At the bottom of the waste bin before you put the trash bag in, putting at the bottom of the waste bin reduces garbage odor by 70%. What? 70%. That's a huge freaking number. Okay. Carpet stain remover. I told you guys I use this for my dog who's been having accidents. And sorry, my phone is ringing. Okay. So, carpet stain remover, right? So, a combination of mixing baking soda and vinegar can remove the most stubborn carpet smells. Now, this is where it gets a little interesting because I did this concoction, right? But the vinegar is so powerful. My son walks in from school and he was like, "Oh my God, what's that smell?" The vinegar is very powerful. So to cut that vinegar, I put lemon juice to cut it, but I also put lemon balm essential oil. So the lemon balm essential oil really did knock it out, like got it out of there. So I suggest putting that in there. Mixing baking soda and vinegar creates a compound called carb, carbonic acid, which is a common ingredient in cleaning products. And I have fact checked that because I went and looked at the back of some ingredients. You can do that right now on your own device and look it up. So carbonic, CARB, where was that I was at? BONIC, which is common ingredient in cleaning products. This reaction creates a lot of fizzing, which may help break down tough stains. It's true. It does that. Same thing I told you, it happens in like the shower area if you got like some soap scum buildup. So mixing baking soda and vinegar creates a compound called carbonic acid, which is a common ingredient. Oh, we already read that. Sorry. Here's how you can eliminate carpet stains with just baking soda and vinegar. Okay. Remember what I'm telling you though about the smell of vinegar. Although it dissipates pretty quickly, he did come in right after I was just spraying it. So the smell of the vinegar, because once the baking soda starts to mix in with it, it kills the odor. Cover the carpet stain with a thin layer of baking soda. Like, I don't know if back in the day you guys remember, and I think it might still be a thing, but I just don't use it that often because once we got the dog, I didn't want him like licking the carpet. But it was like a deodorizer, and you would sprinkle it all around your carpet, and then you vacuum the carpet up after the deodorizer kind of set into the fibers and did its thing. So this is kind of the same way. You sprinkle it over the stained area, and this will also work with red wine stains because from having so many people and gatherings at my house, I have had some red wine spills on my white couch and my carpets that are light colored beige. So it actually has brought the stain, didn't lift it because the all the way because the stain is like 10 years old, but I was impressed that it even moved it at all because I have gotten carpet cleaners to come in and try and do their magic, and they can't even do it with their extra strength. I got it more out from the carpet cleaners with my own concoction of the freaking vinegar and um, baking soda than they were with their extra $75 treatment that it paid for them to, that was an add-on extra $75 for them to scrub these stains. Now, hindsight, right? It's always 2020. Now I know baking soda is where it's at. So you cover the carpet stain with a thin layer of baking soda, fill an empty spray bottle with a 1-to-1 mixture of vinegar and water, and spray it over the stained area. So first layer is baking soda. Second layer that you're spraying on top of it is the one of one. So mixture, like say 1 cup of vinegar, 1 cup of water into a spray bottle. Wait for up to 1 hour or until the surface dries. I think I waited like 30 minutes. Scrub the baking soda loose with a brush and vacuum the residue. The stain should now be completely removed. If there's some baking soda residue left on the carpet, wipe it up with a damp towel. And that's it. Like, it was so impressive. I couldn't, like, you can't tell where my dogs had the accidents. Like, it's just, it's off. It's gone. It's like a magic wand, and that is filled with baking soda and got it all up. And it's like, you know, underway now. It's all under control now. Okay, so now we are at, well, we already did the bathroom cleaner. Okay, pesticide remover for fruit and veggies. This is huge because you shouldn't be eating any of your fruit and veggies anyway without thoroughly washing it. And before, I was washing it with actual dish soap because I wanted to make sure I got all the waxy stuff off that had like formaldehyde and all the pesticides that were on it, and I would just wash it for like an insane amount of time. So this has saved me so much time and frustration, and not just frustration, but a little bit of like, I can breathe about it, knowing that it's not some kind of soapy residue that got stuck somewhere that my kids are now gonna ingest, right? So now I take a bowl and I just like fill it with like room temperature style water, and then I put the baking soda in there and swish it around, and it, you guys, huge, huge time saver and mind saver. I love that. Time saver and mind saver, because you can know that you don't have any of those pesticides that are going into your body that are creating all these issues. When you have a loved one or anybody that you know that's gone through cancer at a young age, it gets a little scary. Like, why are so many young people getting cancer these days? You got to open your eyes to learning open your eyes and open your ears to learning of what is the cause. What is it? And a lot of it is the foods we eat and the pesticides that we're consuming. When they're doing all these biopsies on brains, and we have on brain, like brain people that have passed away, and they're biopsying their brain, they have found so many brains with at least 5% plastic in their brain. And isn't that wild? It just like learning that knowledge just blew my mind because of what we're consuming. And then it's just like in the bloodstream and it's going, every part of our body. It's wild, scary, and definitely trying to do everything I can to help myself, my children, my loved ones, you guys out there watching this, to living your best life from the inside out, meaning we got to take care of our insides for it to take care of our outsides. So let's move on. Pesticide remover for fruit and veggies. Let me tell you how. Many people are concerned about pesticide residues on food. Pesticides are used to protect crops from insects, germs, rodents, weeds, but many have harmful effects on human health. Peeling fruit is the best way to remove pesticides. However, it also means you don't get the important nutrients such as fiber, vitamins, and minerals found in the skin of many fruits. It's true. And interestingly, Interestingly, recent research indicates that a baking soda wash is the most effective way to remove pesticides. Baking soda is the most. You know how many like washes there are out there that are just like fruit and veggie washes, and they're very expensive. Okay, hello. Listen what I'm saying. Baking soda, recent research indicates that baking soda wash is the most effective way to remove pesticides from fruits and veggies without peeling them. One study found that soaking apples in a solution of baking soda and water for 12 to 15 minutes removed nearly all the pesticide residue after it was tested again. Keep in mind that this method doesn't remove pesticides that have penetrated the fruits or veggie's skin into the fruit or veggie. I mean, you can only do so much, right? Plus, more research is needed to see whether it works on other types of produce. So, silverware polisher, we already talked about the silver polisher, but the silverware polisher, here's what you would do. For those of you that are listening on audio, the baking soda is a handy alternative to commercial silver polishers. Anybody who's tried to use this on silver, like bought polishers to polish your silver, you would know it can be very pricey and sometimes leave you a little disappointed. So you'll just need a few extra ingredients, an aluminum baking pan, and this is important to do it like this with the aluminum baking pan or baking dish lined with aluminum foil. So aluminum baking pan or a baking dish that you line up with aluminum foil that you can get for like $1.50. 1 cup of boiling water. So you boil the water, you got your aluminum filled pan or whatever bowl, and then 1 tablespoon or 14 grams of baking soda. You put a half a cup of white vinegar, and that's your mix. That's your mix. I even did it, I told you before, with just the hot water and the baking soda, and it cleans my jewelry up real quick if I'm just doing something real fast. But you can do these steps, very few steps. Aluminum foil, most people have in their drawer already, and or wherever you put it. And then a cup of hot water, cup of the boiling water, which you can boil it in a microwave if you don't have a pot or a stove that works. Probably wherever you are, also probably sit it out in the sun and get it boiled up. Um, 1 tablespoon of baking soda and the white vinegar, which you could get a huge big thing of like gallon of white vinegar for a couple bucks. It's also good to have on hand because a lot of these ingredients for the cleaners involve white vinegar. So you add the baking soda to the aluminum baking pan, pour in the vinegar, next pour in the boiling hot water. So you get all your stuff in there first, like the vinegar and the baking soda, and then you pour in the hot water, and then you place the silver in the baking pan. I'm telling you right now, when you do this, if you have to, even if you were doing like your silverware that you use to eat with, it's getting all tarnished, put it in this water and just turn on your phone and start recording because your face is going to be so shocked. Not only is your face going to be so shocked, you're 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 going to like shock everybody who watches your video that you're going to post about what happens with how it takes off the tarnishment of your silver. It's amazing. You will not believe it, I promise you. I'm sorry, Caleb. I just went back over here. Thank you so much, Caleb. I appreciate that. She is doing like here, give you some love out here. She's doing so much better. She is now 7 years old and she has been cancer free ever since she goes in and gets her regular checkups. And she is just flourishing. And we're so grateful. We're so grateful for every day, obviously, that we get to experience with her because she has the biggest heart and the biggest soul. And she is just such a joy. And she has her own page now on Facebook and Instagram. You guys have to check her out. She is doing so much over there. Her name is Caroline. My name is Caroline. So it's like my name with line at the end, Caroline. And Lily, Lilly. So that's Caroline, Caroline. And her last name, or the second part of that is Lily, Lilly. And yep, she's on Facebook and Instagram. But check her out. Thank you so much, Caleb, for saying that. That's so sweet. Okay, moving on. Okay, the silverware polisher you guys have to try. It's impressive. It's really like I feel like it's a magic trick that's happening right before your eyes. So you add the baking soda, blah, blah, blah. You can remove most silverware from the pan within 30 seconds. It happens fast. It really does. Like we even purposely tried to like tarnish. We looked up on a YouTube video how to tarnish silver so we could untarnish it. I know that's just how we're like an experiment household. Um, but it's impressive. If you have tarnished silver, even if you go to like Goodwill or something, you get something that you think is like a nice piece of silver, but it looks all cruddy. Don't just walk by it. Get it, and it's something you can clean up and watch it. It's like it's amazing, and it's something you can pass down or sell if you're so inclined. But so the ones that I had that I told you that I have my grandmother's, and it was heavily tarnished. So I kept it in there for like a couple minutes. But it can be my jewelry can be clean sometimes if I'm like got something to do or going out and I want it to be nice and sparkly. I'll just throw it in that for like maybe a minute or less and then get it out, rinse it back off, wipe it down with a terry cloth, and then be about my business. And it sparkles and shines. I'm out of focus, Bo, because I keep switching over and reading on another screen because this font is so tiny I can barely read it. So it goes out of focus when I'm over there reading. But it should be in focus when I'm back over here, like right now. But I'm gonna switch back over, so I'm probably gonna go out of focus again. Here we go. Okay, moving on. Scorched pot cleaner. What is a scorched pot, you might say? A scorched pot is one that maybe your husband who's trying to cook something new or your teenager who's trying to cook at all has scorched your pot all the way up and looks like it should be garbage now. But before you throw it out, here's the jam. What you should do is try this out. I should have silenced my phone. I normally do. Sorry about that. So before you throw it out, here's what you should do. Let me see if I can do this and read it on this screen because I do know it does that. And it's like kind of frustrating. Hold on. Let me shrink my head over here. Okay. It's easy to inadvertently scorch the bottom of the pot while cooking. These can be a nightmare to clean. Literally, I have like scrubbed like the sealant off of some of my pots before and actually had to throw it away. Had I known about this, amazing secret, I would have done this long ago, but hindsight again, 2020. Now I know. Knowing is not knowledge is power. Here we go. So I'm sharing it with you so maybe you can save some of your pots. But these can be a nightmare to clean, but you can save a scorched pot easily with baking soda and water. Sprinkle a generous amount of baking soda on the bottom of the pot. I used mine on the bottom and I had to use it on the inside too because it was pretty bad. And add enough water to cover the burnt areas. Bring the mixture to a boil and empty the pan as usual. So I put the water into I put the baking soda in with the water in the pot, brought that to a boil, and then all the goat kind of just like released itself. It's impressive. Like you guys have to just give it a go. You never know till you give it a go, right? It's if stains or burnt food particles remain, grab a scouring pad. I don't know what that is. A scoring pad. Sorry, my bad. Add a small amount of washing liquid and gently remove them. I didn't even have to do that. I just took my little spongy thing and then I just like rinsed it all out in there and it was totally fine. The scrubby side of the sponge, like the dish sponge. I didn't even need to do it. It was already good to go. So, but if you need to, you can use some dish soap and then get it off there. Okay, this one I thought was pretty incredible. Oil and grease fire extinguisher. Now, just recently we did have like a grease fire that happened in the stove in the kitchen and we have a fire extinguisher, so that was brought out and it was a whole mess to clean up and a whole thing. But I was like, thank God we have this fire extinguisher. What if this was like those situations going on in California and you're just trying to save your house and you know, you just got this little extinguisher. How much of an extinguisher would you need to try and, save a room in your home? So this what thought was very interesting. Some fire extinguishers contain baking soda. So think about it. If you had like a big vat, like a big Tupperware, and you filled that with water and you filled it with a whole box of baking soda, and it was something that you could turn into an extinguisher. Like these types, which are known as dry chemical fire extinguishers, are used to extinguish oil, grease, and electrical fires. Baking soda reacts with the heat to produce carbon dioxide, which smothers the fire. I'm still talking about baking soda. Is this not crazy, you guys? However, don't expect baking soda to extinguish larger house fires, which I would definitely not suggest. These fires draw in more oxygen and easily neutralize the effects of baking soda if it's too out of hand. But for my, like, I was thinking, if we didn't have that fire extinguisher, that really could have gotten out of hand. But it's good to know that also the baking soda in a small realm like that could be your saving grace if you have a grease fire in your kitchen. Small level like that, your baking soda is your jam. But a bigger level, it's saying it's sucking the oxygen out too quick for it to even have an effect. But it's good to know, right? If you don't have a fire extinguisher and you got like a little grease fire going on in your kitchen, boom, you can get it under control. I feel like how do we get it out? How do we get this out there to everybody? It's like so many people need to know about these things that don't know. You just don't know. You don't know till you know, right? So this is the next great thing. I'm telling you. Yes, you guys, we're still talking about baking soda doing all these amazing things at your house. What's up, Pam? Welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining me over there on TikTok. I really do appreciate it. So we're still on baking soda. Robert, how you liking this baking soda story here? This baking soda story. It's impressive, right? For people that don't know. Like when I did this deep dive, I was so shocked. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how many people don't know about it. A, I didn't know about it. B, and I want to tell the entire world about this. It's like insanity. So, homemade weed killer. I'm doing this now. Before, how much have we saved already just from this conversation, right? How much have you saved on silver cleaner, cleaning your jewelry, cleaning your silver that you have in your house, or silverware, any kind of like, dishes or anything that you have your silver? Okay, already that stove cleaners, carpet cleaners, all these things are so expensive. Laundry detergent, whiteners, just like across the board. Whitening strips, those are like $50. Those whitening strips. Now you can make a little paste that goes on, and people have been like covering it up with cellophane. You can make water and baking soda paste, put it across your teeth. People are covering it with cellophane and then like plastic wrap to hold it in, hold the oxygen in. I don't even do that. I just leave it on my teeth for like a minute and then rinse it out. Or like put water in my mouth and rinse it and spit it out. And like my stains are gone from the coffee. It's impressive. Okay, so here we go. Homemade weed killer, right? Weeds often have deep roots, making them hard to eradicate without using chemical weed killers. Now, remember, if you have a garden, you're trying to grow your garden, and you're trying to grow your garden without using pesticides and keeping all those bugs, those pesky bugs, and all the things that keep wanting to come around and eat and munch away at your beautiful growing garden, and you don't want to put the pesticides on there, you're just like at a constant battle. It really is. So, this is a good way to do it. Notably, baking soda makes a cheaper, safer alternative. That's because baking soda is high in sodium, which creates a harsh environment for weeds. So this is where you do it when you're putting it down into the root area. You're taking the baking soda and putting it where the roots are. So sprinkle a few handfuls of baking soda over weeds in areas like the cracks of your sidewalk or driveway. I'm also talking about in your garden. You can use it like that, but this is talking about if you got them growing up around your sidewalks and your, walkways. So you take a couple handfuls of those and you sprinkle it over the weeds. However, avoid using baking soda to kill weeds in your flower beds or gardens, as it may be harmful to your plants as well. Not if you use it in a small amount. I'm telling you right now, I don't take full handfuls. That's like to kill it. But if you take small amounts, so there's a woman who does, she is incredible. Not just my mother-in-law, she's also amazing. But I told her about it, and then I talked to a specialist who this is what she does. She grows plants to sell to plants. She is the one who suggested spraying with a mixture of 1 tablespoon, and it was like 24 ounces of water with 1 tablespoon of baking soda, and spraying it around your plant's roots and even on your plants if they have like some like beetles or whatever that are munching on the leaves, and it takes care of it, and then it's safe because you don't have the pesticides coming in. So as long as you're not using an excessive amount with it, then that's going to be obviously not good for you. Okay, so home weed killer, how much is that? That's expensive, right? I mean, you can spend easily $40 on a weed killer. So now we got that. And thank you. Moving on to the shoe deodorizer, which I was talking about. If you've got kids and they're out playing and they get stinky feet and you want to deodorize and neutralize that smell in their shoes, I feel like they should use this in every like high school or middle school to help the smells in the locker rooms. You know what I'm saying? So, sorry, my teenager just came in. So, hi, Hal. So putting that in the shoes. Oh, forgot to swoop it up. Here we go. Putting that in the shoes can also take care of the smell. And it's something that you don't have to go out and buy some, Febreze or whatever, which is also so expensive these days. So just get yourself a big old Costco box of baking soda and then come back on here or look it up and then remember all of the things that we're using it for. Okay, so what is it? Baking soda is a great remedy for freshening up smelly shoes. That's because it may counteract foul smelling odors. We already know it's an odor blaster, right? Pour 2 tablespoons of baking soda into a cheesecloth or a thin piece of fabric. I don't use a cheesecloth for that. I just put it in I took a little, like an old shirt that I had that was like real thinned out, that it was, it's been like washed a million times, but it's super, super thin. Like you could see through it. And I just cut it up and made a bunch of little squares. And then I put the baking soda in, and then I pulled all the corners up and then tied it off with a rubber band and then popped it down like in my drawers, like anywhere that it just needs to stay fresh. So secure the cloth with a rubber band or a string and place it in one shoe, removing the baking soda pads when you're ready to wear your shoes. So I've done this in my son's sneakers that he got wet from playing out, and it was like wet socks, wet feet, wet shoes, bad combination. I did this because he didn't want me to wash them, because when you wash them, sometimes they'll shrink. So he's like, please don't wash them. So we like rinsed them with a hose and then let them air dry out. And then I put um, the bags in there, and it worked like a charm and so inexpensive. And that shirt was done anyway, dunzos. So if you have a shirt that you don't mind cutting up or maybe it's stained up already, then you can use it and work it out like that. Or if you want to buy cheesecloths, or if you have those and you want to use them for that, then obviously it's your choice. So going on, heartburn, also called acid reflux, which we talked about earlier, is a painful burning sensation in the upper region of the stomach that can spread into your throat. If you guys have ever had that before, it's terrible. And it's usually caused from processed foods or too much of the food, or spicy foods can also give you that. Too much of a spicy food. It's an imbalance of the acid in your stomach is out of whack. So like what we were talking about before with the indigestion, an eighth of a teaspoon of baking soda in a glass of water and just swallowing it down, immediately it feels like a refreshing gel blanket on top of a burning fiery situation. It happens so fast because your body doesn't have to break anything down. It's already in its broken down form and ready to like go to work. So we can go to painful burning sensation, blah, blah, blah. It's caused when acid flows out of your stomach and up into your esophagus, whoop, going up like this, which is the tube that connects your stomach to your mouth. The tube that takes down the food when you swallow it. It takes it straight down into your stomach. Although acid reflux has many causes, it often occurs after you eat large meals, drink carbonated beverages, or eat greasy or spicy foods. Baking soda can help treat heartburn by neutralizing stomach acid. To try it, dissolve 1 teaspoon, which is 5 grams, of baking soda in a glass of cold water and drink the mixture slowly. So I put mine in just like, water right out of the refrigerator. But if you don't have the little dispenser, they got those Britas or whatever, however you drink your water. But I didn't even, it's already cold like that. But however, there are downsides to this treatment to keep in mind. There's some debate whether every heartburn symptom has high levels of stomach acid. Baking soda is very high in sodium with 300 and 630 milligrams per half a teaspoon, which is important to be aware of if you have to limit your sodium intake. That is also important. People that are limited on their sodium. Continued use may lead to metabolic alkalosis, which is a condition in your blood that becomes overly alkaline and heart problems. So that's like if you're doing this every single day. If you've got heartburn and indigestion every single day, though, something's up. Like you got to go and talk to your doctor because this should not be an everyday occurrence. Something's up. So it's probably something up with your stomach lining, or it could be something up with your digestive tract in general. I would definitely go in for that for sure, 100%. So, may soothe canker sores. Canker sores are small, painful ulcers that can form in the side of your mouth. I told you I've gotten those before. Unlike cold sores, canker sores don't form on your lips and are not contagious. They're literally like if I've eaten something really spicy and maybe I've like bit the inside of my mouth cheek sometimes and then eating spicy food and it's like it's terrible. So you can take the baking soda wash that I was saying before. Just put it a little baking soda, little half a teaspoon baking soda in with the warm water, put it in my mouth, rinse it around, then spit it out. Done. And it was like literally like magic the next day, all healed up. It was wild. So I know everything now I'm like, let's try baking soda. Is baking soda? Baking soda, baking soda's the answer. What about this? Oh, baking soda. Let's do it. So let's go back over here. All right. May improve exercise performance. How in the world could baking soda improve your exercise and performance, you might ask? Well, baking soda is a popular supplement among athletes who also call it sodium bicarbonate. Okay. Some studies show that baking soda helps you perform longer at your peak, especially during anaerobic exercise or high intensity training like sprinting. During the high intensity exercise, your muscle cells start producing lactic acid, which we all know lactic acid. Well, we don't all know, but as a fitness trainer, lactic acid gets caught up in your muscles and that's what creates soreness, right? So lactic acid, which is responsible for the burning feeling you get while you're working out, lactic acid also lowers the pH inside of your cells, potentially causing your muscles to tire and get atrophied. Like not atrophy, but tired out to where you can't do anymore. Like, I'm tapping out. I did 8 reps and my muscle just cannot handle anymore. Baking soda may help delay fatigue due to its high pH, letting you perform at max intensity for longer. Okay, so what I just read previously was it's higher in sodium. So what do we know about sodium and fatigue and dehydration? So dehydration of your cell, dehydration of your muscle, dehydration of your organs or your body is the one way to pump that hydration up quickly. When people go in, and let's say they've gone in, like Bo, you had mentioned that you had gone in before to the hospital for dehydration. And also, I think you mentioned it too before, Caleb, about going into dehydration. When you go in the hospital for dehydration, you get a saline bag. So it's pretty much essentially you're getting a water drip with saline with sodium in it. So it's like salt water. You're getting like a salt water drip because that sodium is going to enhance your hydration quicker. So it makes sense if you are drinking a little bit of baking soda, which is high in sodium, into your whatever water or mixed drink. Some people drink amino acids while they're working out, which might even actually have, I should look that up, actually have some baking soda properties in it. But that's why it's saying During high intensity exercise, your muscles start to produce lactic acid, which is responsible for the burning feeling you get while you're working out. So, lactic acid also lowers the pH inside of your cells, which makes your muscle fatigue quicker. So, if you're drinking the sodium that's in the baking soda because it's alkaline and balancing your pH, it says you can go a little bit longer and your muscles will sustain maybe a couple more reps. So, you're not tapping out at a certain space, especially if you're trying to get those gains and you're trying to get swole. You might want to put those extra reps in there. So baking soda will take you there. Okay, moving on. So, for example, studies, cyclist. Okay. Well, let me read this. For example, one study found that cyclists who took baking soda exercised for an average of 4.5 minutes longer than those who did not take baking soda. So this could be the champions mix, you know what I'm saying? Like people in the Olympics, maybe this is their secret ingredient. Maybe they just take like a shot of this like baking soda and water type jam before they go on their race, like Usain Bolt. Can you imagine? Like this is his like his his secret to winning the gold medals. It's a shot of baking soda before the race. I mean, an extra 4.5 minutes in cyclists than the other people that are capping out. That's a big deal when you're in a race, right? 4.5 minutes. That's a really big deal. If you can push that much harder, I'm just saying this could be, it might be onto something. If you know anybody that is at that level, you might want to pass along this little ditty here, because now we know that there are studies out there that show cyclists who took the baking soda before they went on their run, then shoot, there you go. 4.5 minutes longer stamina, that's all you need sometimes to win a race. All right, let's move it along. Let's see. According to one review, the supplement may be effective when used in doses around 0.13 grams per pound of body weight. Another study recommended a dose of 135 milligrams of baking soda per pound of body weight. So 297 milligrams per kilogram, 1 to 2 hours before exercising. Okay, that's the key. 1 to 2 hours before exercising. So, anybody out there? It's got a race coming up. I don't know, maybe 1 to 2 hours before you do that race. A little bit of baking soda in your life. All right, moving on. Whoops, wrong tab. Okay, may relieve itchy skin and sunburns. Okay, this one's a big one because the sunburn thing is legit. So I usually have aloe on hand. Like I told you, this is the house where all the kids come to and hang out and play and go to the pool of the summer. But one time the kids were out there and they did not put sunscreen, which I am very big advocate, and I have a whole section dedicated to sunscreen. So any kids that come over to my house, I'm always like sunscreen, don't not do sunscreen. Well, these teenagers got really burnt one time, and I did not have aloe, which I normally have on hand, and I was all out, and I remembered about the baking soda thing. So I went and I got my baking soda spray, which is the witch hazel. Some of it's just water and baking soda and lemon. Some of it's just witch hazel and baking soda. And because witch hazel is also an astringent and an anti-inflammatory properties, and it balances also out like pH. So I grabbed that and I sprayed it all over. He immediately felt so much better. And also he didn't, like, the next day, instead of what he normally goes through, he's like, I can't believe this is like turning into tan so soon. Usually it's like bubbling up and peeling off because he had fair skin. He's like, never had that happen. So I thought that was interesting, right? Like it was actually turning into more of a tan rather than what his normal situation is, bubbling up and peeling off. So I'm here to tell you this is a thing. Baking soda bath is often recommended. I just sprayed it on his skin to soothe itchy skin after bug bites or bee stings. Now, I have yet to try it. I have a little girl who is very allergic to mosquitoes and she gets bit. So I haven't done, it looks like we beat her with a bat. Like it's bad. So I haven't done that. I'm going to make a little paste and try it out with the baking soda. But this is something that I feel like makes sense to me. But baking soda on the skin after a bug bite or a bee sting. Bee sting, that's so wild, right? Just the baking soda can bee sting is like pretty intense. Additionally, baking soda may help. Now, obviously, if your child is allergic to bees and you don't want to mess around with baking soda. Additionally, baking soda may help soothe skin that's itchy from sunburns, which I told you, which is what we did with my teenager's friend. Some people claim that it's more effective when combined with other ingredients like cornstarch and oatmeal, which is interesting. I've done the oatmeal with the baking soda for my dog when he got real itchy, like allergy from something that like he ate. So I have done the baking soda spray with some ground up oatmeal to soothe the skin. And he was like, it was like a break, right? Like, thank you so much. Now I don't have to keep itching my skin so rapidly. Okay, so to make the baking soda bath, add 1 to 2 cups of baking soda in lukewarm bath. Make sure the affected area is soaked thoroughly. So this is if you have like a very bad reaction or sunburn and you want to just soak in it so it can all be relieved and you're not laying in your bed thinking that you're just laying on an iron. It's the worst feeling for sure. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's other worse feelings, but it's pretty bad. May slow the progression of chronic kidney disease. Okay. So this was a big one, obviously, with my daughter having 1 kidney left. Um, oh, you guys, I just saw your compliments. You're so sweet. Thank you guys. You and Bo, how? Thank you guys are so nice. Sorry, I just caught that. Caught my eye. Caught my eye. Says you get more beautiful each day. You're a very lucky man. Talking to my husband. I I love the kindness, you guys. I love it. Thank you so much. I feel so flattered and so grateful. Thank you. Um, Not letting age break me down. I'm going against the grain. So this one is important because my daughter only has 1 kidney now since of her cancer. But I am a huge advocate of taking care of that kidney to its fullest extent. So may slow the progression of chronic kidney disease. People with chronic kidney disease, called CKD, slowly lose their kidney function. That is so sad. So, so sad. Thankfully, we have 2 kidneys and you can live just fine off one. Your kidneys are vital because they help remove excess waste and water from your blood while balancing important minerals like potassium, sodium, and calcium. Although more research is needed, some studies suggest that taking the baking soda supplement improves kidney function and helps slow the progression of your chronic kidney disease, which is a big deal if you're trying to live healthier for longer and all it takes is for you drinking a little bit of baking soda to do that. I mean, remember what we talked about earlier? And like, you wouldn't want to drink this every single day, but maybe doing it like every few days, like every 3 days or every 4 days, just to give that kidney a nice cleanse and flush. That's really what it's going to be best for. And obviously, to keep the acidic levels in your stomach at bay. So beautiful, right? I mean, honestly, I just can't even believe we're still reading about baking soda. This is how it was the first time I did this. I was like, I need to tell everybody. Baking soda is just like amazing. I need to tell everybody what it is. Okay, coming back over here. All right, 22 from healthline.com talking about baking soda still may improve certain cancer treatments. Cancer is the second leading cause of death in the United States. It's often treated with chemotherapy, which is a chemical cocktail that slows or stops the growth of cells, which usually grow and divide at a rapid rate. Now, some studies from doctors are showing that if you have already been doing baking soda, that lessens the chance of you getting these cancer cells getting out of control, because a lot of the cancer cells are created from the acidic properties inside of your body. So what do we know about baking soda at this point is that it is a pH balancer and is going to balance that acidic level in your stomach and in your body. So this is something that might even keep it at bay if you go ahead and start doing a little bit of baking soda in your life like that. Remember, it can be digested through the feet if you do the foot soak, which is also very beneficial, keeping any kind of funguses or anything underneath your toes. Women, you go and get your feet done, your pedicures, and you want to make sure you don't get any of those funguses that can grow underneath the nail beds that you've seen, I'm sure, time and time again. Do a foot soak, do a hand soak at home with the baking soda. It is so beneficial, but it can also be a detox for your whole body, all your organs. You need it every once in a while anyway. So just take a relaxing foot bath or do it in your full bath, but a relaxing foot bath, hand bath, or just simply, once or twice a week, just doing a little, little throwback. Put some water and a little teaspoon of baking soda and just take it down. And that is going to be very beneficial. So, okay, let's moving on and going. Oh no, did I seriously just do that? I just totally closed the list. Let me go to benefits of baking soda. Whoopsies. Sorry, you guys. I don't know what happened. I clicked it a little too high. Let me go back to Healthline. There we go. Boom. We're back on track. But now I need to get you there so you guys can read along. Wrong one. There we go. Accidentally closed that. My bad, you guys. I'm so sorry. Screen share, baking soda. Boom. Back on track. Like nothing ever happened. See? There we go. All right. Let's go back down the list without me closing up on it this time. And we are what was it, 22? We're almost to the bottom. Oh, was that it? Okay. Look, there we go. I saved the best for last. It was the cancer thing. Okay. So the bottom line is, all right, read that. Bottom line is baking soda is a versatile ingredient whose uses extend far beyond cooking. This household staple shines when it comes to neutralizing odors and cleaning, as it helps remove tough stains, whether it's from your clothes, your countertops, or your teeth. It eliminates foul odors, armpits, feet, and clean difficult areas like the oven, microwave, tile, and grout. It's wild that we're talking about one ingredient here that does all those things. In addition, baking soda has a variety of health benefits. For example, it may alleviate heartburn, boost exercise performance, and even whiten your teeth. What's more, baking soda is inexpensive and widely available. It never hurts to have a container on hand. Clearly, now we know all the things, right? Does that not blow your mind? Does anybody find that just like so mind-blowing? We're talking about baking soda. I'm just going to look it up because I have to. Hold on. How much is baking soda? Let's just see. What? Okay, so for a little tiny 8-ounce box from where I am, I live in North Carolina. So this is what baking soda is. For a tiny box is 99 cents, which will probably last you months unless you're doing it with your laundry and all that. But the big giant box is $8. That's for the biggest box of baking soda. $8. $8 will rock your world. $8 will save you freaking hundreds and hundreds of dollars for all of those things it's going to replace. And it works. I wouldn't be on here talking about it if I wasn't like 100% wholeheartedly in on it. I don't do that. I don't even open my mouth unless I am 100%. I've done it before and I believe in it. If I don't believe in it, I just don't even talk about it. But I'm all in on this because I've used it and I've seen how wonderful it works and it's non-toxic. So how is it not beneficial? Okay. The next thing that I want to talk about is, where is it? DIY skincare. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go with the other. I'm going to go with another. These are some of the things you can do DIY at your house to helping you live your best life, other than the baking soda, which literally I just spent an hour on. That's how many things there are. Let me just share this screen and going to benefits. How much? Okay, home remedies at work. There we go. There it is. My daughter makes these they're like creamy chapsticks. See, look how cute it is, right? It looks like a little popsicle and the top comes out, like the little stick comes out. See? And it's chapstick. It's like a creamy chapstick. So good, especially in the wintertime. Oh my gosh. So she has this on her page, you guys, I was telling you how she's like creating products and stuff to raise money for her cancer foundation. It is Caroline, CaralineLilly, Caroline Lilly. You guys check her out on Facebook and Instagram. And she has these little things for sale. They're like $10. But it's so cute. And so good for rehydrating those lips. And then the little cute little, look at that. That's so cute. This cute little thing. This is her power up ring. I wore it just to she said, wear this ring today so it gives you superpowers for your podcast. She's so sweet. I love her so much. Okay, moving on to, let me minimize this, see if it pulled up. Boom. There we go. Boom, boom. DIY, or these are the things that can help you with your living your best life in your house. DIY, you can do yourself. No matter what you've heard or how badly you want relief, talk to your doctor or pharmacist before trying any home remedy. This is even more important if you take prescriptions. That is true. Disclaimer. Okay. Even more if you take prescriptions or over-the-counter medications, because some can affect how the drug works. Keep in mind, many don't have any research, much research to back them. What is this? This is WebMD. I like WebMD. I like Healthline. I like the Mayo Clinic. Those are the ones I normally go to get any information, because too much bad information is out there and you have to really know the spot that you're getting your information. You want quality, not quantity, right? Okay, let's go into it. These are all about living that DIY life and like how you can have a movie star life, how you can have the glitz and the glam without breaking the bank, and literally you can do it on a dime. Like I have a whole makeover look thing that I do, literally going to thrift stores and the will, and my whole from head to toe will be maybe like $15, and I will look like I'm about to walk the red carpet. Okay? I'm talking about glowing skin. I'm talking about looking fresh to death. Okay, I'm just telling you right now. I'm looking right here. What's up, Darlene? What's up to everybody that just joined me on TikTok? Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you here. We are talking about how to live your best life from the inside out without breaking the bank, and some tips and tricks. And we just went a whole hour talking about baking soda. So if you missed it, please go over to my YouTube channel at Kara Chris TV. You can see the whole podcast there. And I'm telling you, you do not want to miss all the benefits of the baking soda. It is insane. It will change your life and save you so much money. I'm telling you right now, it will save you so much money. Please hear me. Hear me when I tell you. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you with all my expertise. So, okay. Going over bottom line, baking soda, blah, blah. Okay, we already did that. My bad. Which page were we on? Here we go. Peppermint. Remember I told you, though, peppermint kind of makes me a little nauseous if I overdo it. So you have to be you have to know yourself. You just have to. Mint has been used for hundreds of years. Not 10, not a few, hundreds of years as a health remedy. This is why I have so many things with peppermint oil, and that's probably why I get a little nauseous, because I'm overwhelmed with it. But peppermint oil might help with irritable bowel syndrome, a long-term condition that can cause cramps, bloating, gas, diarrhea, and constipation. What else will help with that? One might ask. Yes, you're right. Baking soda. It's true. A little eighth of a teaspoon of baking soda will wash that right down and reset all your things. So maybe good for headaches as well. For me, peppermint gives me a headache. So just throwing that out there. People use this leaf for other conditions too, but there's very little evidence that it helps with them. So they're not going to talk about it. That's because I'm on WebMD or Healthline or the Mayo Clinic, Mayo. If you want to know anything that's been tested and they do studies on it and it's by doctors and it's from the doctor's organization, then you should look at either WebMD, Healthline, or Mayo Clinic. Those are the only ones I trust, and I've gone through all of these classes and courses and stuff with my degrees. This is where you want to go. A lot of bad information out there. That's my point. That's what I'm getting to. Okay, moving on. Honey. Okay, listen. ladies, gents, anybody that honey is so good, especially if it's from your local farm, your local area, because bees are different, in every state and every area. So to keep in mind, you should get honey from your area because it will definitely help with allergies. It helps with rashes. It helps with wrinkles. It helps with hydration. Honey is such a good. The honey mask is so good. I do a honey and egg batter mask. I mix the honey up with my mixer. You have to use your mixing tool. You can use your hand, but you really got to whisk the crap out of it to get it the consistency that you need it. But I use my mixer with the honey, and it's like the little tiny mixer, the one that you would like make a froth with that goes into the glass that you make a froth with, like if you're making like a fancy coffee drink. But the little mixer like that, I put the whole egg in there, white and yolk, everything, and then honey, like a tablespoon of honey with an egg. I'm sorry. Yeah, one egg. And then I just mix the junk out of it. And then I take that and I put it all over my face for like 5-10 minutes max. Usually before 10 minutes because I'm super hot bodied and that will start melting on my face and dripping and making a big mess. So yeah, leaving it on and then washing it off with warm water or like room temperature kind of water. And then after you rinse that off with that room temperature water, then you rinse your whole face with cold, ice cold water. Even I would suggest getting a big bowl of ice water and then dipping your face into it for as long as you can handle it, and then pulling it back out and doing it again until your pores are so tight that it cannot possibly let any more junk in those pores, and your skin will look like you just went and got a beautiful laser treatment and all glowing and gorgeous, and you literally used one egg and some honey. Boom. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome for that. It's facts. Like I have been where I learned when I was in esthetician school, I learned with Elemis, which Elemis is a French line. And I learned with all of these fancy, very expensive product line to give your skin like this beautiful, flawless glow, right? But then I started learning more. Okay, that's like college years, past college years. Then I start learning more holistic stuff like chemicals that are in these products and blah blah blah. And I'm like, what are these holistic things? Like we learned all about the baking soda jam. So this is honey with you can do even the egg batter mix without the honey too to tighten if you want to tighten up your pores. I suggest the honey if you want to have some benefits of like maybe you've got um, you need you have pigmentation problems, or maybe you have like a little cut or a rash on your skin, or maybe you need a little more hydration. I would definitely use it with the honey, right? Otherwise, I would just use the egg if you want to tighten up your skin. You have an event to go to, or you need to take some photos or whatever, what have you. You got to show up to a meeting or you're doing a presentation or whatever it is. Put the egg in the bowl, mix it up really well, and then I either take a brush or you could just use your hands if you want to, but you could take a paintbrush, you could take I have skincare brushes because I do treatments on people. But you take the brush and just brush it all over your face like you're basting a turkey and you let it dry. And when you're letting that puppy dry, your face gets so tight. You literally feel like you're like just had some kind of facelift or something. Your face gets really tight. And then you'd go and wash it off, like with warm water, wash it off. And then, like I said, either use just cold water if you're in a pinch with time, use your extra cold water and rinse your face after you've gotten all the egg off. And don't use any cleaners or anything to wash your face off. Just get the egg off with warm water and then rinse it with cold water, or use the ice water to really tighten your pores up. Use the ice water and dip your face in there and then pull your face out. Many times as you can do that. Dip your face in, hold it as long as you can. Dip it. I use it like 5 times. I'll dip my face in for like a few 10 seconds, 15 seconds, as long as I can hold my breath, and then pull my face out. If I got an event or a photo shoot, I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing egg on my face. Eggs. That's it. You heard me. Your pores get so tight. Your skin is so tight and lifted. It is so good. Like really so good for your skin. So that's just egg batter. I mean, egg batter and honey for the one if you want a little more hydration. So, honey, that is a natural sweetener, may work as well for a cough or over the counter medications. Honey, just honey, nothing else. That could be especially helpful for children who aren't old enough to take over the counter medications for cough. But don't give it to an infant or toddler younger than 1 because there's a small risk of rare but serious kind of food poisoning that could be dangerous for them. And while you may like if they're allergic to bees and you don't know that yet because they're a baby. So and while you may have heard that local honey can help with allergies, studies, there's still need more research for that. But it makes sense, right? I'm such a logical mind. If a doctor is telling me, like Caroline's pediatrician, and she would have eczema sometimes on her hand, she would say, honey, especially local honey, if you get allergies from the outside, local honey is really the best because of those are the type of bees that are also raised and born and do their job in your climate, in your area. So the bees are adapted to your area. So it made sense to me in my mind. So I don't know. That could be something or not something. But I get local anyway because I like to support local businesses. But here's the next thing. I keep going to the wrong page. I'm sorry. Okay, turmeric. You guys, turmeric is so good. Turmeric is so good for you. Okay, let's just roll into what turmeric is. The spice has been hyped up as being able to help with a variety of conditions from arthritis to fatty liver. What? Arthritis to fatty liver. Turmeric is also very inexpensive spice to get and put on your foods. There is some early, you can also buy it in a pill form with the veggie caps that um, break down in your stomach pretty easily. So there's some early research to support other claims, such as healing ulcers and helping with skin rashes after radiation are lacking. After radiation are what? Oh, I never even heard of that. We're helping with skin ulcers after radiation. Wow. If you try it, don't overdo it. High doses can cause digestive problems. But that's like with anything. Like I said, with all of the things that happen with all of the benefits that happen with baking soda, everything in moderation, right? You don't need to overdo anything. You just want to do the bare minimum to keep everything copacetic. You don't want to go ham on doing things. Oh, this is supposed to be beneficial to me. I'm going to take, like what I was telling you yesterday. If you guys didn't catch the episode yesterday about the shots, the weight loss shots, and a DIY at home version that I talked about with doctors that you can make or do at home on your own with these things without spending all that money and putting all those chemicals in your body that you aren't sure what the side effects will be. But yesterday's episode and 35 and 36 were very good episodes. They both kind of piggyback each other, but it did talk about overdoing. People even can overdo those shots and then start get so sick. And like you said in here, how you had to go to Caleb, how you had to go into the hospital because of the dehydration and you were getting so sick. So I'm telling you, this is like, not rocket science, you guys. In moderation, everything in moderation, but too much for you. Like you think about, so the nurse practitioner I told you that was telling me about the baking soda, she's Indian, and she also Indian dishes, they have a lot of turmeric. They eat a lot of turmeric. And they're like, she's like, we're never sick. She's like, my family are never sick. We have so many spices and herbs that we use. We don't do like traditional Western medicine. We do holistic style medicine. Even though she's a nurse practitioner, she's always talking about the holistic ways to give it a go. But, obviously you don't want to do it without talking to your doctor and making sure that it's copacetic with the things that you're taking, the medications that you're taking. You definitely want to speak with them before introducing anything new, especially if it's going to be something on a regular basis. But I don't know anybody of my clients or my patients that I have ever, even the ones that are on heavy medications from, well, most people that have been with me for a while, they're off those medications. They're like getting off those medications, at least cutting it down or getting off a few of them. So, but I've never had any doctor that's come back to say any of the medications, like for diabetes, pre-diabetes, um, skin disorders, cell disorders, any kind of thing, gout of, I'm just trying to think of what I've dealt with that anything that I've suggested on a holistic natural path has not had any counteraction to the medications that they've been on for those things, blood pressure pills, that kind of stuff, heart medicines. Sorry, I'm just trying to throw it out there while my brain's computing with about it. So turmeric is really good for you. It is anti-inflammatory property, and most of the aches and pains that you have in your body it's because of inflammation. So this is a very big beneficial thing for that. Okay, let's go. Let's move along. Where is that page? Okay. So ginger. Ginger is also a great one. It's been used for thousands of years. Just like the other thing we said, hundreds of years. This has been used for thousands of years to treat stomach aches, diarrhea, nausea, and studies. I had to eat these ginger, like they were like ginger candies at the very beginning of 2 of my pregnancies because I would get so nauseous and like I would eat like a whole bag of those throughout the first trimester, like couple of those bags, I'm sure. But yep, nausea, and studies show that it works for nausea and vomiting. But there's some evidence that it might help with menstrual cramps too. But it's not necessarily good for everyone. Some people get tummy trouble, heartburn, diarrhea, and gas because of it. And it may affect how some medications work. So talk with your doctor, like we already said. Talk with your doctor and make sure you are good to go with whatever it is that you're on. Tell them you want to try this holistic. You have to tell your doctor. They're not just gonna, unless you got good doctors like I do, they know I'm all about that holistic life. Like this is my career. This is what I do. This is what I'm licensed in. I need to navigate in a more holistic manner. Don't try and put me. I don't take any medications, and I am going through life fighting all the same battles of like COVID and flus and all of that stuff. So you have to just be aware, make your doctor know if you want to try something more holistic, that's the path you want to go. And if that's a possibility, to give it a go and try it out. So, sex. No more, not tonight, dear. It turns out that sex can help ease pain when you have certain kinds of headaches, especially migraines. It's also this just made me laugh, okay? Because how many times have like you heard or read about or seen in a movie, or it's been kind of the blunt of a joke by saying like, "Oh, honey, I'm not in the mood because I have a headache." So when I read this, I was just chuckling to myself because it's like, oh, so if a guy knows this now and the woman tries to be like, "Oh no, I'm not in the mood. I have a headache." Well, now you have the knowledge to be like, well, guess what helps that headache, especially migraines? Because if she's like, hey, it's a migraine, so it's not even just a headache, it's a migraine. Well, guess what? Boom, now you got ammunition. On going to WebMD, you go to WebMD and look it up. It's also been shown to improve heart health, ease stress, and boost mental alertness. These are all the things that sex can do. I am a wholeheartedly 100% in agreement with this. I feel like, you know, it's even even if the mood is not feel, right. I feel like sometimes you don't know when it's right until it's right. And then you're like, oh, I actually needed that more than I thought I did, because now you're in a better mood. It does boost, morale and ease stress. Not in all situations, of course. If you don't want it and it's happening to you, then that's terrible. And I'm so sorry. But yeah, I do believe in the beneficial facts behind that. Okay, green tea. You guys know that we talked about those 4 ingredients that will do the same types of things for your body that Manjaro does, which is um the weight loss shot, sorry. Um Green tea is also so beneficial, like oolong tea, which we talked about you can say yesterday, day before yesterday. So this comforting drink does more than keep you awake and alert. It's great. It's a great source of some powerful antioxidants that can protect your cells from damage and help you fight disease. It may even lower your odds of heart disease and certain kinds of cancer like skin, breast, lung, and colon cancer. So we were kind of talking about this the other day about other cultures like the Chinese and the Japanese and how they're big tea drinkers, right? And looking up the statistics and the numbers of showing how many of that type of culture, how small their numbers are for the same type of cancers that we're having over here in America. So sorry. I always turn my phone off, and I forgot to do that this time. And it's not near me, but it's connected to literally all my devices. So apologize for that. So, right. So we were talking about that. We were talking about how it all coincides with their culture and they drink more of that type of thing. They're drinking, like, we're more coffee drinkers over here, but they've got more tea drinkers. And what do they drink? They drink green tea, black tea, and oolong. So those are the amount of information and research and studies on those teas is absolutely mind-blowing. And we'll have to go through like a spilling the tea episode. I think that somebody else, I can't take full credit for that. Somebody else gave me, they sent me to my email, which the for this podcast, if you guys something you want me to cover and or a question on one of the topics that we had for the day, behind the layers podcast at gmail.com is going to get you right to me. I streaming across so many platforms, don't always get to all of the messages on there right away, but that email I will check constantly, and it's behind the layers podcast at gmail.com. So I don't recall the person who sent me that, but it was talking about spilling the tea and all the teas in the background of the teas. And it came off of that topic that we were covering about the Manjaro and getting people off of that and weaning off and how to do that. And oolong tea coming up as one of these great beneficial, powerful powerhouse teas, right? So green tea is one of those, and black tea. So, it is, I think that is going to be a future episode, probably sometime next week, since today is my last episode for the week. And lucky 37, this is my number. So, it's a win-win-win today. And thank you guys so much for joining me. If you haven't already liked and subscribed or followed or whatever platform you're looking at, this is hashtag mom side hustle. So I really do appreciate it. All you people on all the people that have started following me on TikTok, I appreciate you guys stopping by today too. And for all the love and the donations and things you guys are sending. Thank you so, so much. I really am so grateful. You have no idea. So very grateful. So getting back to the rest of this list, we're going to green tea, garlic. Okay, this is a big one too. Some people like really disregard garlic, but garlic is so huge and keeping your health in a very big standing, and also can even come down to killing infection. It could be your body, in your teeth, in your like so many areas. So some studies show that people who eat more garlic are less likely to get certain types of cancer. It's this wild. I already knew about it for like killing, taking care of some, like if you have infections or something inside of your body like that, that it would help out with. Or my sister told me before, because she's very holistic and natural, that she had had a toothache, and one of her doctor friends that's a holistic doctor said to chew on raw garlic cloves. Yes, it's going to make your breath stink, but if it's doing its job, if you can't afford to go into the doctor and get all of that fixed immediately, you can kind of buy a little bit of time and kill that infection in the tooth without. Some people are also very against antibiotics because it literally annihilates your biodome inside. So chewing on garlic and also using clove oil or chewing on a clove leaf also does the same type of thing to kill that infection. If it's really bad, obviously you want to go into the doctor and get it checked out, but these are just some things that could also help in the meantime. So, to hear that it's likely to help with some types of cancer is wild, right? Because you think it's just garlic. But in my eyes as a Christian, I think about God gave us so many beautiful gifts for us to use to heal ourselves. I mean, we've created all of these extra things, but if He's given us so many things, plants and beautiful vegetables and fruits and all of the beautiful things that we need to heal our own selves with just natural remedies, I think why not give that a try? And obviously, if it doesn't if it persists and it doesn't subside, then you want to take measures into your own hands and do whatever you would like after that. But I feel like we have so many great ways to aid in fixing ourselves that we just bypass because we want to go get that quick band-aid put on in a quicker manner or whatever. It may not even be faster. We just don't know. Sometimes it's just knowledge is power, right? You don't have that knowledge. So that's what we're doing here behind the layers is we're uncovering the facts, the myths, and the good, bad, and the ugly, and what to do and what not to do, and how to live your best life from the inside out. So It may also lower blood cholesterol and blood pressure levels, but it doesn't seem to help that much. So it's saying it can do those things, but I mean, to what extent? Like how many garlic cloves? Like how bad does your breath have to stink always for that to happen? So I know there are many other things that can help with the blood pressure and blood cholesterols coming down, like the sodium intake, just getting your body to not be stressed, your mind to not be stressed, maybe working out a little bit more and getting your circulation going for you. Working out could just mean walking, because simply going on a walk. If you can't go on a walk, you got those little bicycle things that you put on the floor in front of your couch, or on your while you're sitting in your recliner or your chair. My Aunt Becky used to do that, and God bless her soul, she would pedal her little happy butt away on that thing because she had knee problems, but it really helped keep her going for longer. It did. So, moving on, we're going to go to chicken soup. I make the bomb chicken soup, if I do say so myself, because it is so nourishing for so many reasons. But turns out grandma was right. Chicken soup be good for a cold. Studies show that can ease symptoms and help get you rid of it sooner. It also curbs swelling and clears out nasal fluids, which are all the things you really want to happen when have a cold. So you put a salt in a warm, this is the neti pot. Have you guys used that before? It's wild to actually pour warm salt water up your nose when you're constantly trying to learn how to be under the water and submerged in the water without getting water in your nose. And now you're out of the water and pouring water into your face. So it's a very strange feeling, I have to say, but it is so helpful. It really does work. So you put some salt and warm water mixture in something that looks like a teapot, and then you pour it in one nostril and let it drain out the other. So you kind of like are tilting it like this, and you're pouring it in the nose there, and it's like draining out and like running out the other side. But it really is so good if you feel like a cold coming on, right? And you in the neti pot, you're flushing that whatever you've inhaled and picked up from somewhere. Like, let's say you've been out public, like we went out to the trampoline park, and I just feel like it's just like a freaking big old germ fest in there. So I felt my nose getting tickly. I was like, oh, heck no. So I did the neti pot, even though it's the worst feeling for me. I do not like putting anything, but I get used to it because I know that it's going to fix the situation. But I did the neti pot, and then it was gone, and I never caught anything, didn't catch anything. And of course, I'm like sanitizing everybody. Everybody, as soon as we walk on the door, I'm like, close off in the laundry room. Everybody go take a shower. It's pretty bad at those places. But the neti pot is a savior. It really does. It will clean out any of that infection that is starting to brew, that you're not going to keep sniffing up into your nose. You just get rid of it, get it out of the arena, and move about your day. So it really is nice. Okay, cinnamon. I love cinnamon. I think it's great. My daughter puts it on her chocolate ice cream when I'm giving her a treat, and she's like, "I know that cinnamon makes things better because I have health benefits." I'm always talking to my kids about everything that has health benefits. She'll be like, "I'm just gonna put this on in my ice cream." And I was like, I guess that's a positive thing to look at. I mean, you're not just ingesting ice cream; you do have a little bit of little positivity on there. So you may have heard it can control blood sugar, which is, where ice cream would shoot up. So for people who have pre-diabetes or diabetes, but there's no evidence that it does anything for any medical condition. If you plan to try it, be careful. Cinnamon extract can be bad for your liver in large doses. So the large dose is like a very significant amount of cinnamon, like half the bottle with an extended this. I've talked to my doctor friends who are always running things by before I share any knowledge with any of my clients or patients or anybody that comes to me for help in their life to getting healthy and getting off of their prescription drugs, or minimizing them at least. And I always run something by them. And then my daughter, she learned this on a informational show. Like they learn like science and stuff like that. And I guess she had talked about, you want to make your ice cream healthier, put some cinnamon on it. So I ran it by her because she has the one kidney. So I run everything by her. And she was just like, Oh yeah, cinnamon has so much benefits. I'm like, when can it be bad for you? Is there such thing? She's like, of course, like everything in moderation, but you'd have to eat so much cinnamon in every single day. You'd have to be doing it for it to be really harmful. But obviously, you want to check with your doctors with whatever it is, medications as you're taking. It could counteract that. I'm not quite sure. So a hot bath, it's this now we're moving on. There's 15 things in this one. Hot bath, it's good for all kinds of things that affect your muscles, bones, and tendons. The tissues that connect your muscles to the bones, that's what the tendons are. Like arthritis, back pain, and joint pain, warm water can help get blood flow to the areas that need it. So gently stretching and work those areas while you're in there. I do that anyway. Like I'll stretch my neck if it gets tight while I'm in the bathtub, but also Epsom salt in my bath. Epsom salt has so many beneficial properties in there with magnesium, especially will help with the inflammation and just soothe you in general. Magnesium also helps with calming, like if you got stress or anxiety, you put that in. Bath is going to help that with that anyway. I like the candles. I put my iPad in there and I put my like spa music on, and I sit in the warm water with the magnesium in there with the Epsom salt, and just like let myself drift away. And it's really good for self-care, you guys, and you get the best night's sleep because of all the magnesium. And remember, anything you put in your bath is going to be absorbed. That's why I'm like, please look at all the bath bubbles or whatever you're putting in your bath, the soap that you're using. So many things have such bad chemicals in it. If I'm putting anything in my bath, it's going to be the Epsom salt, and I'll put a little bit of MCT oil or coconut oil just to make it hydrate. And if anything, like some lavender if I want to like make it smell nice. But that's it. I don't use any more of that stuff anymore. Nothing from Bath and Body Works, nothing from Victoria's Secret line. I don't use it. Smells nice, but I can't. It's so toxic. Like look in the ingredients. It's really bad for you. So those are the ways to do it. You can do it healthy. It feels good. You want to like get rid of some stress. You want to get rid of some ailments or aches in your body. This is a beautiful way to do it. Moving on, going to number 13 out of 15, ice packs. The use of a bag of frozen peas. I always say peas. I think it's because it's more malleable, but frozen peas or simply a plastic bag or wet towel with ice the first 48 hours after an injury to help the pain and swelling. I do it immediately. If you've got some type of injury, you want to put that ice on there as soon as possible to prevent yourself from going into like a full blown inflamed scenario. So, you can also use it on injuries that cause pain and swelling over and over again, like people that have a carpal tunnel or arthritis or lower back pains or any of that stuff. And if you've watched any of my other videos, I always talk about the stretches that you can do, simple stretches you can do in your chair or at your house or in your couch or in your chair or I said chair twice. So chair must be the winner there because I said it twice. That's what I always think. If I said it twice, I must be the winner. Or if I have stuff in my Amazon cart and I saw that I put it in there like 3 or 4 times, I'm like, that's the one. Side note. Okay, so never use ice for more than 20 minutes because then you're starting to cause too much havoc in the area. You got to do it just enough, which is usually 15 minutes I suggest with my clients. That is enough for your body to know to hear the signal, heed the warning, and start sending aid to the area. If you keep on with the ice and you're like, I'm really gonna like heal this puppy up fast. No, you could actually cause more damage than not. So ice, and then some people do a hot cold compress depending on what the injury is. So you could do ice and then warmth like a heating pad for 15 minutes and then going back to your ice. You can do that 2 or 3 times a day with the 15 minutes of the ice, but you make sure your area warms all the way back up before you throw that ice back on it. I would have hour, 2 hours in between. So, let's moving on to number 14, petroleum jelly. Okay. This is used for any number of things. It can help your skin keep its moisture and prevent chafing. So, this is a big thing for kids. If you got a kid that has chafing, my husband gets chafing real bad, so my son also gets chafing real bad. So, anytime we're going to the beach and I know they're going to be around a lot of sand, If your kid has ever had chafing, you know it is miserable for them. And if it's miserable for them, then it's going to be miserable for you. So you take the petroleum jelly. I don't really like petroleum jelly for literally anything else. Being an esthetician, petroleum jelly is a no bueno. That's a no-fly zone because it is so clogging. So literally it's in everything though. It is dehydrating. It will like people, it's in a lot of like chapstick and lip care, but really it's kind of like a catch-all or catch 22 because you're putting it on to hydrate your lips, but actually it's dehydrating your lips and it's just not good. So, and you can't put it on your face too long because it's gonna cause it clogging, so it clogs your pores, and then you've got a whole nother mess on your hands. But the one arena that I do find it beneficial in is coating it like almost like butter in a pan. You're coating the area like in the inside of the groin on your sons or daughter, but mainly it's for my boys because you know you got stuff hanging there. So you put it on the inside between all the way up at the top, between on the inside of the groins when we're going to the beach, and it helps tremendously cut back. I mean, almost you have to reapply it if they're going into the ocean a lot because the salt water will just eat that petroleum jelly right off. But I put a very liberal amount. Like I will just get on it. I go to town and put it so much on there, and then the chafing is gone. Like you don't get the chafing. It's a proactive thing. So you know once the chafing's there, it's like days, if not a week, of re-healing of that area, depending on how bad it got. So, but I do have a balm for that in my organic line. If you go to karachristiansen.com, you can find the organic scenario. I have all my organic skincare there that I use daily, religiously, and it is non-toxic, pure, so good for you. And it is on sale there. I put packages together and it's now on sale. It's at karachristiansen.com. I swear by it. I use it myself. It is the Timeless Rejuvenation Collection. And the balm that I'm talking about, my daughter actually has for sale on her site for her cancer awareness. So that is Caroline Lilly. So Caраline, Lilly, Lilly. And she's on Instagram and Facebook. So if you want to go over there, you can check her stuff out. She's so adorable and so sweet to even think about others. That's just who she is. So moving on, last but not least. Sorry, I've probably been blurry that whole time because I just realized I was on the other page. Ear candling. Okay, listen up. This is dangerous and does not work. Don't do it. Don't do it. I used to think that this was so beneficial to get the wax out of your ears, and it made sense how they sold it to me. Remember the whole logical thing? And they're like, oh, you want to do this because it sucks the wax out, you know, it gets the heat, forms a little tunnel of pressure, and it pulls the wax out. But listen here, listen here. The idea is you place the unit, it's like it looks like a long candle. You have to lay down on your side and you light it at the top, and the heat suction sucks through like a tunnel, like a little, you know, wind tunnel, and it pulls out. It sounds like shh. That's what it sounds like in your ear with this candling thing in there. I have done it and I will never do it again. But the idea is you place the unlit end of it hollow into your ear that draws out the wax. But several things can go wrong. It can actually push earwax deeper in. Candle wax can get inside of your ear. Candle wax, the wax from the actual device thing, and it can puncture your eardrum. Or it can even burn your ear canal, your face, your scalp, or your hair, which I almost did because it tipped over and it's lit at the very top of it. So see your doctor if you think you have like an earwax buildup. I didn't even have that. I was just, you know, I'm all about that self-preservation, do it yourself, learning all the things type of jam. So I was like, oh, this makes sense. I've got, you know, got to clear my earwax out. No, don't do it. Do not do it. I'm going to breeze by real quickly on let me see what this one is. Whoops, that's the baking soda. On the DIY skincare, we talked about some of those things. If you guys want a tried and true, you want to look like you just went to get a very expensive like hydrofacial or you know, a laser treatment. I'm telling you, this egg batter with the honey. So it's like a tablespoon, half a tablespoon of honey with an egg. It depends if you're going to do your neck and your décolleté, then I would do 2 eggs and a tablespoon of honey. Okay? Mix it up with a mixer. Get that nice consistency and put it on your skin for like 5 to 10 minutes. Whichever feels right for you or whatever you have time for. Rinse it off with warm water. I usually do this when I got to take a shower anyway, so I can fully get it all off. Rinse it off with warm water. And then you want, after you get out of the shower, if you're doing it that way, or after you're done, get a bowl of ice water and you want to dip your face in the bowl and pull it back out. Dip your face in the bowl. I do it at least 5 times and really tighten and snatch that face up, tighten those pores up. You do that. I take my timeless spritzer that I have in my line, my timeless rejuvenation line on my website, karachristiansen.com. But I take that, I shake it up, and I spritz my face when I'm done. It is so beautiful and glowy. People think you spent so much money. Your face is tighter. You look like $1,000,000. And really, all you used was some honey and eggs, and nobody would be the wiser. That is a pro tip. That is my favorite go-to. If you have an allergy to honey and you just want to use the eggs, 100% beat those eggs up and then put it right on your face. Do the same process with the eggs. Same thing with the ice water. Boom. You got it. You're done. You're done. You're looking flawless. You're looking good, kid. You're looking good. And it's just a quick pick-me-up, quick fix that can give you that tight look and get your pores all cleaned out and give your skin a little tighter. Like if you're going to an event, you got a photo shoot, you got something special planned, maybe it's an anniversary date, maybe it's somebody's birthday, maybe it's your birthday. Do this. I'm telling you, you're going to see a beautiful benefit from it. But other than that, here are some more of the DIY skincares that you can do at home. Here we go. Let me share this with you. Share screen, DIY home skincare. Boom. Okay, so let's do it. Going into the oatmeal face mask, some people are very hyper allergic to the way the oatmeal on their face reacts. So I never really use that or suggest that. But if you have a dog that has allergies and your dog is like or constantly itching at themselves, or maybe they're taking a medication that's giving them the itchies, I put a water, like put it in a basin. I don't know if you have like a thing that you wash your dog in, but a basin, like a little doggy bath, and then fill it with the water. And they look like oatmeal packets that are in like you eat oatmeal like that, but you tear them open. It's like a fine grain oatmeal. It's like oatmeal that's all blended up into like a powder. Sprinkle that around in the bath for the dog, and it will soothe them so much. I leave them in there for like 15 minutes, and it will get that itching and that it will soothe them so quickly, and it's so good for their coat too. So that's the one way I would suggest that. Coffee body scrub. I've been there, done that. Also, I feel like it's very invigorating. I stick to a sugar scrub. I actually have Caroline has a scrub and I have a scrub. Caroline Lilly on her Facebook or her Instagram, and on my website I have karachristiansen.com. I have a scrub which is amazing for your hands and for your feet, all organic and feels good. But sugar scrubs are a really good way to go if you want to put sugar and honey in a scrub, and that's something that has to be used pretty immediately because it's not going to sit on a shelf and last very long once you mix the two. But I would do that, and that would be a really soothing, hydrating thing to use on your hands if you have really like crusted up hands and feet from the elements that are around you. I use this after the beach, and I do this also after with my scrub that I have on my site. I use it I gave it out for Christmas this year to family and loved ones, and it has been a hit. So none of my products are very expensive at all, but they will feel like you have stepped out of a movie scene or that zhuzhy life. You're getting the benefits of all of my expertise and all of my licenses and things that I have, and I'm sharing them with you. So let's see. Let's go to a baking soda scrub. Okay. So, or a daughter that has really bad acne, or you have bad acne as an adult, which it can come back too. Um, the baking soda, I know we talked like an hour and a half about the baking soda, but it didn't say about the scrub for your body. Some kids get like real bad breakouts on their arms or their back or their chest. Wonderful scrub to reset that pH balance and really help get all the dead skin cells off. Remember, I told you also about the armpits, getting that old, mucked up deodorant that's just like been caked on inside of your armpits that's clogging those pores in there. People can get really bad cystic acne in their armpits when they're growing hair, like teenager boys. Most girls shave their underarms under there in the United States, at least. But getting that really deep scrubbed out with the baking soda paste is really just baking soda. If you want to make it a little more moisturizing, you could put baking soda with coconut oil and do it like that. But the baking soda with the water and just really scrubbing your skin, you are going to get all that dead skin cells off of your face and ready for fresh regrowth, which is huge because a lot of times your makeup gets cakey and like, stuck looking, or maybe you might even look like you have some type of pigmentation issue when you're putting your makeup on, but that is usually not the case. It very much, very big part of that is dead skin cells on your face that haven't been sloughed off. So a little bit of baking soda with some water and just really like circle motion, scrub your face and get the dead skin cell off. Wash it with warm water and get it all off, and then do the face bowl thing with the water, the cold ice water, putting in your face in the cold ice water is really going to tighten those pores back up, so you can't leave the pores open. If you leave the pores open, if you get out of a hot shower, now your pores are wide open. So you're out of a hot shower and then you don't do anything else throughout, like you put on whatever the moisturizer or whatever, now you put that into your pores and then you go about your day. Your pores are wide open the whole day. It's catching dirt, it's catching all the elements, maybe there's some dust, maybe whatever is around you, sweat and dirt and all of that, and then it's trapped in your pores. That's what creates these bad skin conditions. So you take it maybe once a week if you want to do it. Take the baking soda and just scrub your face nice and gentle. Scrub it all off and then maybe like a minute and then rinse it off and then do the cold water treatment. Or you can take an ice cube and I take an like you put it with paper towel around the one side of the ice cube so you could pick it up and hold it without your fingertips freezing. And then the ice cube and just rub it all over your face. Of course, they have all kinds of gadgets you can buy that you put in your freezer. It's like an ice roller and all of that. But I'm about saving your dollar and making you holler. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to help you do. If you don't have the funds to do that, that's fine. You can just put your face in some ice water and call it a day. Okay. Cucumber eye mask. Why is a cucumber so good for you? Cucumbers are very hydrating, have hydrating properties in them. So I'm all about, like, if you're just laying there and you want to help depuff those eyes, putting the cucumbers on. It's old remedy back in the day. And it's true. It's tried and true. Taking cucumbers and putting them over your eyes. I cut them pretty thick. I would do like, a half an inch and pop those puppies on and lay there. Or you can even put a little bit of honey underneath your eyes while you have the cucumbers on to really help moisturize those areas where you have wrinkles forming for, aged skin. That's another great way to help with that. Let's see, coconut oil on your cuticles. I freaking douse my whole body with coconut oil. That's what I use for moisturizer every day. It's got anti-inflammatory properties. It's soothing. It's great for your body. Your body can ingest it in those spots where that goes right into your bloodstream, like inside your thighs and under your armpits. Also, ladies, putting it on your little private areas keeps everything nice and moisturized and healthy. And that's what you want it to be. So, and it's not going to harm any part of your body, especially your bloodstream and inside, all of it. It's such a good property to use. And let's see what else is on this list. Coconut oil toner. Another great thing, especially if you have teenagers or anybody that has breakouts. I have a toner like this on my site, but you can also make this yourself. I do everything in glass because glass is going to be safer for the products that are inside. But you can do witch hazel. So witch hazel, you can either put it in a spray and let your teenager that has acne or you that have your acne and spray it on their face throughout the day to keep the bacteria in check and reset that pH balance. If you really wanted to amp up the volume there, you would put like a dash, like a drop or two of tea tree oil in with the witch hazel and just spritz that all over the face just to keep everything in check, keep that bacteria cleaned off your face, clean, especially if you have face touchers or face pickers that are constantly picking out their pimples or touching their face, and just the number one oil producers right here into your fingertips. So tell them first, keep your fingers off your face. Don't touch your face, especially if you haven't even washed your hands. And second, have that handy. Keep it in your backpack or keep it in your purse and just spritz it throughout the day. That'll just keep your face hydrated, pH balance reset. For the spritzer I have on my website, I got one for acne and I have one for hydration. And that one for the hydration will help keep your makeup also looking on point and flawless without giving it like some kind of situation, because now you're putting the spritzer on top of it. You can put the spritzer and it'll refresh your makeup and make you look so good and glowy throughout the day. Let's see what's behind my head here. What do I have that I can't see? Homemade sugar scrub. Let's just see what is in their homemade sugar scrub. Let's just see how they got it. Click right there. So they have with honey and sugar. This is literally the same thing I told you earlier. They're putting brown or granulated sugar with coconut oil. Yeah. Okay. So that can be for your whole body. So you could put a cup of brown sugar or granulated sugar with a cup of coconut, one of one. So that is something you can use to have a whole body sugar scrub that's going to hydrate and get all that yuckies off. But if you're known to have like acne on the arms, like little bumps on the arms, back of the legs, wherever you have them, I would use the baking soda. And then when you get out of the shower, because the baking soda is going to really rough it up and clean up all of the dead skin cells off your body and your face, and then douse your whole body with coconut oil. Just scoop it out and just rub it all over body, face, everywhere. Your skin's going to be so soft and glowing, and you're going to write me behind the layers podcast at gmail.com, and you're going to tell me thank you so much for these simple at-home DIY tricks, because now I look and feel like $1,000,000 and I didn't have to worry about spending all the money at the spa or the salon or things that I can't afford right now. Thank you for giving me these ideas to be able to do it and feel the way I feel with some at-home self-care on a dime. So that's what I'm all about here. If you haven't already, please do like, subscribe, follow whatever channel or platform that you are watching this on. I'm always going to be bringing you all the information from any of one of my expertise in nutrition and fitness and health coaching, from esthetician license to massage therapy to professional hair and makeup. I'm bringing it all right here in one happy little spot to you guys at Kara Chris TV on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. So I do appreciate you guys being with me, supporting me, and just loving my content and sending me advice on the channel, and also telling me about your stories and asking me questions. I really love it. My purpose is to help people, as many people as I can. And I really want to get the word out there and the message out there. There are options. There's plenty of options. And you don't always have to go down the route of putting harmful, disturbing chemicals into your body. If we can try and do something on a holistic level, let's try. Let's give that a go. So thank you so much for joining me this week. I'm going to be on next week starting Tuesday as usual. So Tuesday through Friday. And if you want to look back at episode 35 and 36 are phenomenal episodes to watch, even if you're just putting it as background noise and listen to the information I'm talking to you about with the weight loss shots and how to do your own DIY concoctions that will also aid your body in blocking the carbs and the sugars and the spiked insulin and all of the things that are coming in. There's 4 powerful ingredients, and that is talked about in episode 35 and episode 36. Those 2 episodes I would highly suggest going to watch. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Thank you so much for all the new follows. I see you guys over on TikTok. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. It's so sweet. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys on Tuesday. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. And for those of you that have started your journey with the magic, I really am so proud to hear about how it's already making a big change. If you guys really want to change and level up your game in 2025 and having the best year you could possibly have, I really do suggest getting the book The Magic. I'm not a big book reader, but this one has changed my life so far, and I am so excited. I do it with my husband, and he too has seen such incredible changes already. And it's like magnificent to see that it can happen for anyone without spending an extra penny in your life other than what you paid for purchasing the book. But I think if you do it on audio, it's like $1 or $2. I don't know. Like it changes all the time. But I really do appreciate you guys being here. Check out the magic. You're really going to love it, and share it with a loved one. And also, sharing is caring. Share this podcast or this channel at Kara Chris TV across all platforms. If you know anybody that needs a little information, they're kind of lost, they need a little guidance, a little motivation. That's what I'm here to do, is helping you live your best life from the inside out. So until I see you next week, I hope you guys have a wonderful and safe and healthy weekend. And I